So what is the Amazon Influencer Program and why should you care, right? Why should you jump into this opportunity right now? The Amazon Influencer Program is one of the most exciting opportunities in e-commerce or just make money online in entrepreneurship, whatever you want to call it right now. It offers an easy way for you to earn commissions while leveraging the massive reach that Amazon's large customer base of millions and millions and millions of people, I think it's 150 million, if not more already right now, that are already looking for products already shopping on Amazon. So here's how it works, right? At its core, the influencer program is simple, right? You create and you upload product review videos directly to Amazon's product pages through your influencer dashboard once you're accepted. When shoppers view your video and then they decide to purchase right after watching your video and they purchase that product from the actual listing, which is where your videos will be placed, you then earn a commission. With millions and millions of shoppers browsing Amazon daily, your videos can drive traffic and sales without any extra effort on your part once you upload them and without any ads needed to make any money or drive any traffic. You can literally upload videos that are simple review raw videos of you talking about a product to Amazon via the program and make tons of money simply because Amazon already has millions of people intending to buy specific products that just might want a little bit more clarification on specifics of a product first, or even want to see someone else's raw, real, authentic experience using that product. And the best part is you can start with products that you already own, whether it's a high quality kitchen set or an expensive grill or some fitness gear, clothing, books, whatever's helping you hit your goals or that you use every single day or is in your house already, you can review that product and then get started completely free. And it also allows you to start making money with this immediately, which is the real game changer. So Amazon is already a trusted platform for millions and millions of customers. And these customers are already actively searching for products to buy on the Amazon platform, which makes it so much easier for us to get our content seen by people who are already in the buying mindset. This isn't like starting a new website or a new YouTube channel and hoping to build an audience from scratch over time. Amazon's traffic is already there. It's already built in and the potential reach is enormous. All you need to do is make videos and benefit from that traffic that's already there. It has massive organic traffic. Amazon draws millions and millions of visitors every single day. If you look and you Google their most recent Prime subscribers, the people that constantly use and buy on their platform, I believe it's upwards of 150 million, and that might have even been a few years ago. Google it, I'm sure it will blow your mind. By uploading review videos every single day, you're tapping into this large amount of traffic who are already potential buyers, proven to purchase on the platform, interested in the products that you and I are reviewing, which means a high conversion rate and more money in our pockets. Now, there is massive passive income potential here, and I do not say that lightly. I hate that term just because of the stigma attached online, because people use it over and over again and kind of abuse it. But once your videos are up and you put in the initial work to make them, and we're talking raw, real, authentic videos here, it's not like high production quality. They are easy to produce. Once your videos are up, they'll continue sitting there and earning for you as long as you're picking the right products. And as more customers view your videos and the commissions keep rolling in, you can just build your business by creating more and more videos, and it can evolve into an actual passive income stream. Furthermore, you can start for free. You don't need to invest in any products to begin and start reviewing. You can review items that are already in your home or that your friends have or that are in your family's possession or whatever. And as you gain traction, companies will start sending you free products to review or even paying you upfront for your reviews. As your influence grows, you'll most likely get too many product offers from companies, more than you can handle realistically. And this is going to give you the freedom to be selective, choosing only the most valuable products to review, which you get for free, of course. But the Amazon Influencer Program is exploding in popularity and has been for the past year or so, right? And while it is still relatively new, now is the perfect time to get in. The earlier you join, the better positioned you'll be to ride this wave of opportunity. And the more brands, the more products, and the more customers flood the market and the platform, it's just going to get more and more competitive. This is in its infancy. This is when the competition is relatively low and the opportunity is still extremely high. And by taking advantage of this program right now, you're not just tapping into a hot e-commerce trend, you're potentially building a long-term scalable income stream that can continue to grow as you make more content and upload more videos. Whether you're looking for a side hustle, a way to get free products, or an entirely new source of revenue, this offers endless possibilities for you. And as they say, you don't need to be the first, but you do need to be early. And it's still early, so you can carve out your massive piece of the pie right now while it's still available. Because once a product listing gets a certain amount of videos on it, it no longer is as easy to make money with review videos on it. It is oversaturated. So as more and more people are uploading these videos onto Amazon, it's slowly closing off more and more products for us to review. But there's still tons and tons of products that we can make money with, which is why you need to hop into this right now, not tomorrow, not next month. Now, you do need to get accepted for on-site commissions to make money on the listings like I've covered, but that's not too difficult if you know what they're looking for. More on how to get accepted for on-site commissions in the next video, but essentially Amazon's looking for your social media accounts when you apply. They're paying attention to, first and foremost, the number of followers you have. And while Amazon doesn't specify a minimum number of followers required to be one of its influencers, your follower account will be taken into consideration. So don't panic. It's totally fine if you don't have hundreds or thousands of followers. You can still be eligible. It is not a necessity. I know people that have applied with 200 followers and got accepted, and I know people that have applied with 20,000 and gotten denied, right? One of the coolest parts about this is once you are accepted, you're in and you can apply as many times as you want in the beginning. It is not one and done. And then once you've lost the opportunity, you've lost it for good. It is not like that. You can apply as many times as you want in the beginning, so don't stress it too much. Now, as an influencer, there's more value in having legitimate, loyal followers who actually interact with your content than having a large, disengaged following, right? That's why follower count doesn't matter at the end of the day. Amazon's also going to look at your post count, your post consistency, your follower engagement metrics, which is what really counts, in my opinion, towards your eligibility. You can apply with social media accounts from any of the top platforms. There are 4 in total that you're eligible for. So it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the current moment. And if you apply and don't get accepted with 1 or 2 accounts, then just reapply with another one or try again with that same one in the future when you get a little bit more engagement or some more followers. But we'll cover all that and how to get accepted and receive access to on-site commissions in the next video. So how do you get approved for the Amazon Influencer Program? And then how do you get approved for on-site commissions after that? Because they're 2 different things, all right? On-site commissions is another step after you're accepted to the main influencer program that's going to allow you to put your videos on Amazon listings, which is what we're actually after here. Now, despite what you might have heard, getting accepted for both of these is really not that difficult. And getting approved is not about your follower count. It has nothing to do with how many followers you have, okay? I've heard from people who've gotten rejected with 10,000 followers, and I've heard from people that have gotten accepted with just around 100. My one friend that I just helped apply and get accepted like 2 weeks ago has an account that only has 300 rough Instagram followers. So it is not about the number of followers. It's about the engagement, right? The comments, the likes, the interaction. Amazon wants to know how engaged your audience is with your content, regardless of its size. And they want to know that you're an actual person with people that actually know, like, and trust you, so that when you make videos and you tell people about an Amazon product, it has an impact, whether it's on 3 people or 30,000. They're after that positive word of mouth, and they want it to be real people and real interactions. Now, there are 4 platforms that you can currently get approved with. So YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So far, there hasn't been any indication that they're going to expand to other platforms as of right now, but that could change. From my experience, though, if you're starting fresh, TikTok is usually the best bet because it's easier to get engagement quickly there. But you can really do this on any of them. I personally applied with my YouTube since that's my biggest audience that I have. But if you have an audience already on any of them, then you can just apply. So more on this in a second. But if you're starting from scratch, though, then your goal is to create a new TikTok account, post about 5 to 10 videos, maybe 20, that are focused on getting engagement, and then apply every day until you're approved. They do not care how many times you apply. You just need to hit that engagement threshold that they kind of look for once, all right? Now, another little hack is if you're really trying to shortcut this process and you don't feel like posting a bunch and trying to do all the organic stuff, which some people don't, and you want to get accepted fast and you're willing to spend a little bit of money, not a lot, a little bit of money to do it, is to just run engagement ads on these videos that you post. So for example, let's say you post 20 videos to an account that are good, right? The videos still have to be somewhat quality. They can't be terrible. And then you want to run engagement ads either via TikTok ads, Facebook ads, or Google AdWords, any of those. Or you could just run engagement boosts right from your actual profile page. The only issue is those are going to be slightly more expensive than if you actually signed up for the ad platform and ran them in the backend. But either is going to work. It's totally fine. All these platforms offer that boost as a feature that's super easy right from your profile in a lot of different tabs so that they can collect your money and you can obviously get more likes, more comments, etc. on your posts. And I'm not talking a lot of money here either. You could spend $5 for a video or for a post for each specific one. And then in this example, if you posted 20, it would be $100 in total. So not that expensive to get accepted to this program in theory. And I've seen that work for a ton of people that I've recommended it to. So to apply for the Amazon Influencer Program, you want to go to affiliate-program.amazon.com/influencers. Okay, it's very easy. You could also just Google that to apply. Then you can just apply over and over again until you get accepted every day. They do not care how many times you apply. Like I said before, you can do it an unlimited amount of times when trying to get into the Amazon Influencer Program to start with. Okay. Now, once you're approved, there are two stages. There's approval to join the program, like we just talked about, and upload videos. And then there's approval for on-site commissions, which is where you actually make good money from people watching your videos on product listings. Now, once you're accepted to the Amazon Influencer Program, you can apply for on-site commissions in the top right of your dashboard where it says increase your earnings from on-site commissions. So it looks something like this right up here in the right, earned on-site commissions. And if you click increase your earnings, it's going to take you to this page right here where you can kind of scroll down and read a little bit more about it and what it is. And then to apply, you just click start uploading shoppable videos, which will take you to the application page where you can then upload your videos to apply. Now, to get accepted here, they're going to require you to upload 3 videos minimum, okay? These are examples that they're going to vet and scrutinize heavily, okay? It's not like crazy, but these should be the videos you focus on the most, right? These will count though. Once you're accepted, they will go live, so you will earn from them if you get accepted. So take your time, but these should really be high quality videos because this is your audition to Amazon. But upload only 3 here, okay? Not more. I typically recommend that for most people because if you upload 5 videos even or 20, like we talked about previously with the TikTok, they're going to review all of them and they could disapprove you for any mistake. So stick to 3 videos to reduce the risk of errors. Plus, it's much easier to really focus and spend time on these if it's only 3. You want to make them great. You want these 3 review videos to realistically have the most effort and quality behind them. But remember, it's crucial that these follow Amazon's rules. Make sure to follow them exactly, not just on these videos, all of your videos, obviously, in the future too. You can see a full list of all the rules by Googling Amazon Influencer Video Content Guidelines. It's very easy to follow. And then just read down that list and make sure you're following all of those guidelines and those rules. Pretty self-explanatory. I'll also do a specific video on each rule and how to make sure that your videos follow them, along with some typical do's and don'ts that most people might overlook. Also, if your social media account that you applied with shows your face like this, right, then make sure your videos that you're applying with show your face as well so Amazon can verify that you are indeed the same person applying that was in the actual videos originally. And remember, these videos should demonstrate the product in action, not just you on camera talking about a specific product, not just showing the actual product. Again, like you can get away with that on future videos after you're accepted for on-site commissions. Not that that should be the goal, but you can get away with that in the future. But as a good rule of thumb, don't try them here when you're applying. Make these 3 videos great, showcase the product in action or solving the specific pain point that it was made for, and you'll get accepted quickly, trust me. Now, it is also important to note that your videos can be published before you're approved on the actual on-site commissions, okay? So don't confuse the two. You'll notice once you apply, like I recommend that you do, by going to the top right and then applying for on-site commissions, you'll know you're approved once the lock icon is gone. Sometimes it takes 2 days, sometimes it takes 3, sometimes it takes 2 weeks. For me, it only took 2 days. It used to be more backed up. It doesn't seem to be that backed up anymore, and it typically goes relatively fast. And then you're obviously gonna be unlocked there. on that dashboard part where it says earn on-site commissions, and then you'll be able to click into that part of your dashboard and see the window and see what you've generated. And of course, if you just applied, you won't have generated any money yet. But don't go apply crazy here. Unlike the first step where you can apply as many times as you want, with this step specifically, you can only apply 3 times, so make them count. Otherwise, you'll have to start all over again and reapply with step 1. Because ultimately, on-site commissions is really what we're after here, right? If your Amazon influencer account is approved generally, but not step 2, not with on-site commissions, you won't make any money really, and you'll need to still bring in your own traffic. You'll still be reliant on your own traffic. The ultimate goal is to leverage Amazon's traffic on their listings, right? And get approved for on-site commissions so that when you upload videos to Amazon listings, you can collect money when people watch your video that are already on the listing, and then they purchase the product. Amazon pays you that cut, and that's how you make a lot of money. All right, so this is the overview of the back end of your actual dashboard in the Amazon Influencer Program. Now, one thing I do want to touch on before that is obviously make sure that you're keeping your videos stored somewhere. So whether that's a local drive, a local USB, or whatever the case is, or just Google Drive or Dropbox or something, make sure you're saving your videos in case Amazon ever inquires about if it's your actual video. You can provide them with the video file and show that it is yours, you are the producer of that content, and you don't run into any future issues. So this is what the actual dashboard looks like when you're going to upload. If you want to make edits to your storefront, this is in amazon.com/creator-hub/manage. You can go up here and right click that and then scroll down and see all the videos that you've produced. And this is what your actual storefront looks like to other people on the Amazon platform or who are looking through it. You can obviously see your last 30-day stats, so your views, your average view duration. Obviously, the higher your average view duration is, the better. People don't know for sure what the actual view duration is that's going to give you the actual sale attribution. Some people say if anyone watches your video for a little bit of time, then you get that actual sale. And then obviously they purchase it right after they watch your video review, then you get the actual attribution for that sale. Some people say it has to be over 10 seconds or over 15 seconds, or it has to be at least half the video. Nobody knows 100% for sure. I would say just try to focus on average view duration and audience retention, a lot like a YouTube video, for example. So the length of your video doesn't necessarily matter as much as how good your video is and how long you retain somebody. So if you have a 15-second video, but someone watches for 12 seconds, which is almost the entire video, versus a 3 or 5 minute video that somebody's only watching again for 12 seconds or even a minute, that 12 seconds of that 15-second video is a better view than that minute or that 2 minutes of that 5-minute video because of the average view duration. So you can literally see here in the dashboard, that is a stat that they're tracking. Average percentage viewed is another stat that they track. Obviously, same overall strategy there. Just keep viewers watching, focus on audience retention. Now, if you want to look at your on-site commissions, you can click up here, see Associates Central, and you would obviously set this up in the back end so you can look a little bit more in depth in your earnings reports right here. I'll talk about that in a second. If you want to set up your payments or your payment history, if you want to look at your payment history, you can download a report here, or you can right click and look at your payment history. And so if you want to set up your payment account, then you can go into account settings here and then obviously set your bank account and all your information. It's very self-explanatory. Here's going to show you your clicks per day and your average earnings per day. This one right here, $78, but the majority of my days are right around $10. I haven't added a new video here in a long time because I've been scaling up TikTok Shop and a number of other things, but I plan on going hard with this next month for sure and then really diving hard into it. But there's a lot of opportunity here. As you can see, I've generated, over $12,000 in revenue just in the past 30 days. If you click down, you can see the exact products that I've earned commission on, what the actual revenue and commission for those is. If you want to go a little bit lower in the window, you can obviously see what you generated today. This isn't going to be the most accurate because if you look at your reports for today, a lot of times it won't update until later on in the day, so it's not going to be as accurate. Yesterday, even same thing. It's not going to update. Sometimes it takes 24 to 48 hours to get all the click information, so it might not update, but you can look at last 7 days or last 30 days or even put it in a custom date range if you want to see how much you've earned for those specific dates or that month or that 90-day window or whatever the case is. If you want to go a little bit more in depth into your reports, you can look into your reports for the last 7 days, for example, and then click into your tracking and then see exactly what items have shipped out, what you've earned commission on, and kind of sort to see what your best selling products are so you know what to continue to make similar videos on. Obviously, for example, if you're reviewing a lot of shoes as an example, terrible thing to review, but just as an example, and you see that you're earning a ton of commission on that, well, chances are you probably should review some more shoes. So this is what it looks like in the back end of your dashboard. If you want to upload a video here, you would upload the video there. This is just a random video, but just to kind of show you. Then you would tag your product here. This is going to be covered in another lecture, and then add your thumbnail and submit it. And that is really the back end of Amazon Influencer Program. It's pretty rudimentary right now, still kind of in the beginning stages of it. It's only been around for, I don't even know, like 2-3 years now, realistically, maybe even less, but they haven't really updated it a ton. My guess is this will be updated significantly in the next few years, so keep an eye out as they add and introduce new features. But right now, it's very simplistic, and that's a good thing for you and me because it's very easy to use, very easy to add videos, and very easy to manage. All right, so this is the overview of the back end of your actual dashboard in the Amazon Influencer Program. Now, one thing I do want to touch on before that is obviously make sure that you're keeping your videos stored somewhere. So whether that's a local drive, a local USB, or whatever the case is, or just Google Drive or Dropbox or something, make sure you're saving your videos in case Amazon ever inquires about if it's your actual video. You can provide them with the video file and show that it is yours, you are the producer of that content, and you don't run into any future issues. So this is what the actual dashboard looks like when you're going to upload. If you want to make edits to your storefront, this is in amazon.com/creatorhub/manage. You can go up here and right click and then scroll down and see all the videos that you've produced. And this is what your actual storefront looks like to other people on the Amazon platform or who are looking through it. You can obviously see your last 30-day stats, so your views, your average view duration. Obviously, the higher your average view duration is, the better. People don't know for sure what the actual view duration is that's going to give you the actual sale attribution. Some people say if anyone watches your video for a little bit of time, then you get that actual sale. And then obviously they purchase it right after they watch your video review, then you get the actual attribution for that sale. Some people say it has to be over 10 seconds or over 15 seconds, or it has to be at least half the video. Nobody knows 100% for sure. I would say just try to focus on average view duration and audience retention, a lot like a YouTube video, for example. So the length of your video doesn't necessarily matter as much as how good your video is and how long you retain somebody. So if you have a 15-second video, but someone watches for 12 seconds, which is almost the entire video, versus a 3 or 5 minute video that somebody's only watching again for 12 seconds or even a minute, that 12 seconds of that 15-second video is a better view than the minute or that 2 minutes of that 5-minute video because of the average view duration. So you can literally see here in the dashboard, that is a stat that they're tracking. Average percentage viewed is another stat that they track. Obviously, same overall strategy there. Just keep viewers watching, focus on audience retention. Now, if you want to look at your on-site commissions, you can click up here, see Associates Central, and you would obviously set this up in the back end so you can look a little bit more in depth in your earnings reports right here. I'll talk about that in a second. If you want to set up your payments or your payment history, if you want to look at your payment history, you can download a report here, or you can right click and look at your payment history. And so if you want to set up your payment account, then you can go into account settings here and then obviously set your bank account and all your information. It's very self-explanatory. Here's going to show you your clicks per day and your average earnings per day. This one right here, $78, but the majority of my days are right around $10. I haven't added a new video here in a long time, because I've been scaling up TikTok Shop and a number of other things, but I plan on going hard with this next month for sure, and then really diving hard into it. But there's a lot of opportunity here. As you can see, I've generated, over $12,000 in revenue just in the past 30 days. If you click down, you can see the exact products that I've earned commission on, what the actual revenue and commission for those is. If you want to go a little bit, lower in the window, you can obviously see what you generated today. This isn't going to be the most accurate because if you look at your reports for today, a lot of times it won't update until later on in the day, so it's not going to be as accurate. Yesterday, even same thing. It's not going to update. Sometimes it takes 24 to 48 hours to get all the click information, so it might not update, but you can look at last 7 days or last 30 days or even put it in a custom date range if you want to see how much you've earned for those specific dates or that month or that 90-day window or whatever the case is. If you want to go a little bit more in depth into your reports, you can look into your reports for the last 7 days, for example, and then click into your tracking and then see exactly what items have shipped out, what you've earned commission on, and kind of sort to see what your best selling products are so you know what to continue to make similar videos on. Obviously, for example, if you're reviewing a lot of shoes as an example, terrible thing to review, but just as an example, and you see that you're earning a ton of commission on that, well, chances are you probably should review some more shoes. So this is what it looks like in the back end of your dashboard. If you want to upload a video here, you would upload the video there. This is just a random video, but just to kind of show you, then you would tag your product here. This is going to be covered in another lecture, and then add your thumbnail and submit it. And that is really the back end of Amazon Influencer Program. It's pretty rudimentary right now, still kind of in the beginning stages of it. It's only been around for, I don't even know, like 2-3 years now, realistically, maybe even less, but they haven't really updated it a ton. My guess is this will be updated significantly in the next few years, so keep an eye out as they add and introduce new features. But right now, it's very simplistic, and that's a good thing for you and me because it's very easy to use, very easy to add videos, and very easy to manage.
I haven't made a video on the Amazon Influencer Program in quite a little bit, so I wanted to touch on an update in this video and talk about a software that's been really helping me scale my own Amazon Influencer Program videos and profile, of course, and earnings. So if you're unaware, the Amazon Influencer Program is something I talked about quite a few times on this channel. Essentially, what you want to do with the Amazon Influencer Program is you're going to review random products that you get on Amazon, like this wireless mouse, for example, or this microphone that I'm talking, or literally anything around your house, right? And so if you review that product via a video, you don't have to be on camera talking about the product, showcasing the product. You can be if you want to, and that works very well. But you can also focus on the actual product, shoot B-roll footage of the product, put a voiceover over top of that actual product video, and do it that way as well. That can work great too. And the whole premise of it is reviewing Amazon products with videos like that allows you to upload your video to that Amazon product listing page so that when the millions of other people come to that actual Amazon product listing and potentially watch your video, if they watch your video and then they end up purchasing, you get a commission. So it is affiliate marketing, but it is supercharged because you don't have to bring any of the traffic yourself. Instead, you can upload your videos to Amazon product detail pages or Amazon listings. When you're obviously buying something, you're on the page. You'll see review videos for that often, not on every product, but often you will. And if you watch one of those review videos and then end up purchasing the actual product, that creator that made that review video earns a commission. So it is an absolute game changer. But if you're unaware, recently, it's the end of March when I'm actually recording this video, a few weeks ago, they completely revamped the entire thing, right? So they changed the actual dashboard and the actual URL that you uploaded products in. And what used to happen is you used to have to apply to it, which everybody would get accepted blanketly. But then on top of that, you were accepted to the actual like affiliate program as an Amazon influencer. But then you also had to apply for on-site commissions as well, which was where the real money was made, right? Because if you were just accepted to the program, but you didn't get accepted to on-site commissions, you still didn't make any money. But once you got accepted to on-site commissions, that was a game changer because then you could obviously upload your videos onto the actual Amazon product detail pages and make an absolute fortune when people would watch your videos. Because again, there's millions and millions and millions of people going to Amazon, buying products every single day, and you could, capitalize off that traffic with your videos. But now you don't need to do that anymore because everybody that joins the program gets accepted and has the ability, if you're making good content, to then get uploaded on the actual product detail page and earn on-site commissions. So that's a massive opportunity now because everybody can do it. So the barrier to entry is now a lot lower. However, the competition will almost assuredly start to skyrocket now because it is easier to get in and get started. Okay, so you need to start on this now. And that brings me to the actual software that helps me scale, and that is ViralView. So as you can see here, there are a few options for ViralView. I'm going to walk you through how the software works to help scale your products, scale your Amazon influencer profile, and make more money. There's a ton of different use cases for this, but I'm going to show you two main ways that I use it today. And you can try it completely free. You don't have to pay for it right off the bat. So if you want to try it completely free, link in the description of ViralView so you can test it out. That's going to get you access to the Chrome extension overlay and all these other stuff. Like the storefront scanner is really cool. And then you can upgrade from there as you start to scale, okay? So one of the ways that you can use this is, let's say, for example, you are in the market for a phone tripod. The easiest way, before we get into this, to scale it for anybody that's starting is just go around your house and review the stuff that you have. I've talked about this in other videos because we've all purchased hundreds, if not thousands of things from Amazon. And so that gives you access to these products already to review them, start making good money. That's your easiest, fastest way to $1,000 a month with the Amazon Influencer Program. Anybody can do that, okay? Anybody. But as you start to scale and you start to run out of products around your house, or you're just making smart, informed purchases, looking for products that are reviewable so you can earn more money. Let's say, for example, you're in the market for a phone tripod. What you used to have to do, which would slow you down, and time is money here, is click into every single actual tripod here that you would see, figure out if they actually had on-site commissions and videos on their actual product page. So as you can see, here is a perfect example of one that doesn't have any videos on the actual product detail page up top. Some of them will have like up top placements here. Some of them will have bottom placements here, a little bit lower like this, as you can see the videos here. And you can make commissions on these bottom videos, but what you really want is you want the actual top videos on the product listing. And so this one doesn't have an opportunity for that. So you would avoid this product, in my opinion. I'd recommend that you chase a different product. So you'd, obviously go after other products. And you want to click into, or you used to want to have to click into 10, 20 of these to find the best opportunity of a product that was reviewable. Like this one has, videos, obviously, where if we click into these, you can then see that other influencers are reviewing them. So related videos, all these people are reviewing these products and have the opportunity to earn on this actual product, right? If I watch this video, I end up purchasing the product. One of these people would earn a commission, potentially some, like they'd share the commission as well. And so it's a great opportunity. But the problem is, if you're making smart, informed purchases like this, it used to take a minute, 5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes to find the best opportunity. And so that's money, right? That's time that you could have spent otherwise buying more products, reviewing other products, making more money. And you don't want to waste your time doing that, especially when something like Viral View literally spoon feeds that information to you in so much faster, so much more concise and easy to read and understand data, right? So once you download the actual extension and you sign up for it, this is what you'll see. You have the product view, you have your storefront. So if you click into your storefront, that's just going to show you your Amazon Influencer storefront, what everybody sees. You have the Creator Studio and the Creator Hub, which is where you upload your products as well. Associate Central is just like your sales reporting. So how much commissions you're earning from what products. These are just shortcuts, these three right here. Then you also have the web app, which takes you to the viralview.com page where you can kind of see all your different products, and it kind of organizes it into a spreadsheet, so to speak, where you can kind of click into different columns and see which products are performing better, which are getting more sales, why, so you can obviously make more informed decisions and more better purchases in the future to help scale your actual product buys and stuff like that. But the two main use cases that all beginners are going to get value from are these on actual Amazon like placements right here as you're searching for good buys to actually purchase for the Amazon Influencer Program to review. So as you can see, this gives you a virality score, right? Do you go after it? Obviously, the higher, the better. So if you start to see green, that's a great opportunity for a product. It's also going to show you the snapshot of the 30-day revenue. So how much is this product actually selling? Because if, for example, like I just showed you, like that product listing with that tripod had videos, if it has videos and it's an opportunity to review the product, but it's not getting any sales, then you're just wasting your time, right? Because you might get on site on that actual placement, right? On that product, but nobody's buying that product, so it doesn't matter, okay? So it needs to be twofold. There needs to be an opportunity to obviously review it and put your video on the actual product, but also there needs to be a ton of sales so that you're gonna make good commissions once you do that, right? That's a no-brainer. So that's going to tell you the 30-day revenue, which is important. It's going to show you whether you have a video placement on that already, which is, it doesn't matter when you're first starting as much because you're not going to have many video placements. But as you start to scale, trust me, you will start to have tons of them. I think I have 100 videos up now. It might be a little bit under that, but it's something like that. 700, 800 like that. Definitely approaching 1,000 and hope to be there, in the next month or two. We're getting there. We're getting there very fast. And so as you're scaling, you're going to start seeing a lot of repeat ones like that. And so that's very helpful there as well. It also on products is going to tell you how many influencers are on that, which is incredibly valuable because like I always say on these actual product listings. So if we go back to that product page that I was on, so there's videos for this product, which are just the actual product videos from the company. As you can see here, Toady Inc. But then there's also related video slots for the product and customer review slots. What you need to understand is there's only a certain amount of customer review slots and related video product slots for those actual products. And so if there's too many on a product already, it lowers the ability for you to potentially get in there and then get your video seen or even give you a slot in the first place. So what I typically tell people to do is you want to go after products that have at least one video so that you know that it's reviewable, because sometimes the products aren't, right? So like the previous one I showed you all the way up at the top, this one doesn't have any videos, so you could review this product and upload a video to your Amazon influencer program, but there's no videos. So this brand most likely just doesn't enable those videos on their listing, so you're wasting your time again, right? So what I tell people to do is look for ones with at least one video, so you know that they're reviewable if you're not wasting your time, but doesn't have more than 6 videos on the actual listing. And so there's a great chance that you're gonna be able to rank for that. And then of course, the third variable is it has to be selling a decent amount. If you find listings like that and it's selling a decent amount, has more than one video but less than 6, and you make your own video and you upload it, I guarantee you if you do that consistently, you will start making a killing with the Amazon influencer program. And tools like this make it super simple because they spoon feed you all the information. So perfect example right here, this one has a virality score of 80 almost, 79. It's got 154,000 roughly 30-day revenue, so it's crushing, but there's no top carousel videos right here, 0. So it's a waste of time. Now, because again, no opportunities to make videos and upload it to the top carousel. And in my opinion, some other people will tell you to go after the bottom carousel. I wouldn't waste your time, right? You're going after pennies instead of going after the dollars. Not worth it in my opinion. So this one right here is a better opportunity a little bit. It's got a lower virality score, much lower, obviously 30-day revenue, but still selling at 28,000 almost. And it's also got the 6 up there on the top carousel, but there's an opportunity to potentially get in on that as well because it's only got 1 either customer review video, 5 customer review videos, and 1 like related product video, right? So there's an opportunity there. Bottom carousel, that's great, that's a bonus, but we don't really focus on that when we're making informed buys or looking for products to review. Again, other people will tell you different. I wouldn't go after those. So this one, just scrolling down, this helps you find products so much faster, right? So what we're mainly looking for is this top carousel here. So that's 0 waste of time, 835. So here's a perfect opportunity of one right here where it's got 5 plus 2 plus 3. That's telling you that it doesn't yet have 6. It doesn't yet have 8. Sometimes the threshold on a product is 8 or 6. It just depends on whatever that specific brand is allowing on there. So that would be a good indicator, right? So you want something with less than 6 on the top carousel here. Obviously, this is a bad opportunity for a product because it's not selling well and the viral score is low. But you want to find all of those factors when you're going in to make these purchases, all right? So let's give another example. Let's say my wife was in the market for a hairdryer, right? Well, why would we spend money on a hairdryer that we're just paying for? We should spend money on a hairdryer that becomes a write-off on our business now because we're reviewing it, but also is something that we can review with a video so that we can make more money and extra commission. And again, you used to have to click into each one of these individually, but you don't have to do that anymore, okay? So as you can see, I purchased this one in the past. Right here, we have, that was a dropship product. So obviously I didn't review it, as you can see. But this is a perfect example of one right here. So this is a great opportunity, and so is this one. So we wouldn't have had to click into these. We just got slapped in the face with them, right? This one right here is one that we want to buy at 60 bucks. This one's 57. So this one only has 4 videos on the top carousel, a perfect opportunity. It has sales, so it's got 51,000 sales in the last 30 days, crazy, and a green 90 virality score. Home run product right there, something that you want to go after. This one right here has 6, so might be a decent one. This one has 9, so might be a decent one. But again, we don't want to guess. We want to leave the biggest opportunity for us to make money. So we're looking for all 3 of those factors. Checks off the box, checks off the box, checks off the box. So we would buy this one, okay? And that's how you do informed shopping when you're looking for something, you're in the market for something already. Again, you can make money with the Amazon Influencer Program with commissions. You write it off on your business, and Viral View makes that so simple. It smacks you in the face with the data. So that is the first way, and a very, very cool way that all beginners can use it right off the bat. The second way that I absolutely love is once you find a good store, somebody's selling really, really well. So for example, this is one that I just pulled up, the Chris review. As you can see, it's going to show you on his storefront. So how do you get into these influencer profiles? Well, you click the videos, obviously, and then you would click into this person, click their name, and this is going to take you to their actual page where you can see all their products, right? Now, before, you didn't obviously have this viral view extension to pop up and tell you not just what their actual products are, right? What products have they reviewed? That's cool, right? But what we want to know is which ones are their best products that they're reviewing. Because as you can see on the screen here, if they're not getting any top carousels here, or the storefront spy is telling us that they're not on the actual listing here, it's not something that we want to go after. What we want to go after is something with a good virality score, a lot of 30-day sales, a top carousel placement, and they are on both the top and the bottom as well. So this would be a great opportunity of a product. We would click into this product, we would go to that page, and that would be a good opportunity of yet another home run product. And again, Viral View is going to tell you all of this with their storefront stalker. It is a game changer. So we're not going after products that aren't selling, that we might think like in the past, like, oh, this is a great product right here. But no, she's not making any money on this. She doesn't have any placements on this one, and there's not even any placements available on this carousel, right? But what we would go after is this one. What we would go after is this one right here. Not as great of a virality score, not as great 30-day revenue, but there's an opportunity to make money, so we know that that's a good product right there. But if we're looking for a home run product, for one more example, here's another great opportunity right here. Green virality score, 12,000 in the last 30 days, and only 4 videos on the carousel. So there we'd go, we'd click in, we would buy this one as well. And that is wireless TV speakers that you put around your neck, it looks like, or up on the actual couch. So there you go, guys. Viral View is a game changer of a software to scale your Amazon influencer program videos. And like I said, it is a massive opportunity now that everybody can get started with. It does not matter if you're just starting right now, if you have a social media presence or you don't. Hop into the Amazon influencer program, try Viral View. You can do so for free in the link below. So really hope it helps, guys. All right, so we have a completed review video here, as you can see, and I'm going to take you through an example of uploading this to the platform. So you want to come up and upload a video here. Then you're going to upload your video. Now, the title we're going to cover obviously in the next lecture, but come up with a good compelling title here that is going to get clicks. You don't want it to be something as simple as just like the title of the actual product, because not many people are going to want to click on that. So come up with something that's relatable, that's clickable, that is going to intrigue the person that's going to want to watch it. Could be a pain point that it solves or something along those lines. Now, thumbnail, again, you're going to want to upload a high quality thumbnail. We're going to cover that in a future lecture. So it's really easy. The thumbnail does actually matter because it's going to increase the click-through rate. When you're having a potential customer click on a video, you want your thumbnail to stand out so they click on yours, which is then going to increase your views, increase your commissions, etc. Okay. We're going to cover how to make decent thumbnails in the next lecture and also compare ones on a listing to show you the difference that I'm talking about. But this is obviously where you would just input your thumbnail, very self-explanatory, and then obviously change your title. Now, the only other thing that you need to do, it is very simple to upload an actual video, is tag the product, okay? So make sure that you're only tagging the actual product that you're reviewing. Don't tag products that are similar. Don't tag a bunch of products in a video. Only ever tag one product because you want it to focus on one specific product. That's how you're gonna do the best and how Amazon's gonna categorize you on that specific listing. Here's the actual listing. The easiest way to do it is just grab the ASIN. So scroll down to the product details, find the ASIN in item details. It's always the ASIN right here. Copy this digit code, the ASIN, and then you can search that in the search bar and it should pop up with that exact product. That is the easiest way to find it here. Every once in a while, it does glitch out and it won't show it to you, but 99.99% of the time, that's going to pull the product up. It's the easiest way to find it. Now, if that doesn't work, you can search the title or you can search other similar products like golf cooler bag with ice pack or whatever it is, and then try to find it that way and find the actual product. But keep in mind that might show you similar products and you might actually add a product that's similar but not this product. So if we search the title, it might also pop it up with that. See how it searches a bunch of them that are very similar? So you have to make sure to pick the correct one here. But always, just to keep it simple, search the ASIN. Another easy way to do that is if you look up the URL right here, you can find the, I believe it's like a 10-digit code or a 12-digit code or a 9-digit code or whatever. Here it is right here in the actual URL. Again, copy it in there and paste it in the search bar. And boom, there it is. Then you'd select it, done. It does give you the opportunity to add multiple products. Don't, unless you're doing a video where you're comparing and kind of covering a bunch of products at once, which I don't recommend because that's going to decrease your conversion rate on all of them. Only focus on one product, only tag one product as a general rule of thumb. And then once you're done all that, you have your product done and it's tagged, you have your thumbnail input in there. Don't just let it auto-generate one like that.
make a thumbnail, make sure it's good, make sure it's clickable, and title it something that's compelling and intriguing for someone to click on. And then you can submit it, and then you're good to go. You'll see it right here under status. It'll say processing, and then it'll go into in review as soon as it's done processing. And then it'll either be accepted or rejected. And if it is rejected, there will be a reason there why it's rejected and what specific rule that video specifically broke, right? But if you're doing everything right, you're reviewing products like we talk about, you should get the majority of your videos accepted and accepted fast. All right, so thumbnails, right? What thumbnails to make? Should you even worry about making thumbnails when you upload a video to the Amazon Influencer Program? Obviously, it just generates you an auto thumbnail that is literally just a part of the video, right? It's a snapshot in the video. So it could be good, could be bad, could be very bad. And they do matter, right? So let me click on like a popular listing just to kind of show you really fast, see if it has any review videos. And we'll look at some of the different thumbnails and I'll show you what I mean. So this one, of course, since I'm trying to use it as an example, doesn't have any. Click on this one and this one. So 20 videos right here. And so as you can see, just going through the actual thumbnails here, this one says contents. This one's got a thumbnail where it's literally comparing the two. It's tough to kind of see there, but it's got two arrows right there. This one has 6 months review in the thumbnail. This one is just kind of a random snapshot of the actual unit, so it could have been auto-generated by Amazon. This one is a snapshot of the product with the actual remote. That one says honest review. This one is a perfect example of a bad thumbnail that Amazon just auto-generated. It's literally the person talking with it behind them. Like, so you can see it matters, right? You're going through and you're going to click on one. Would you click on this one that's just something random of a corner of the room, or this one where it's literally showing the bathroom floor or the carpet, right? No, of course not. You're going to click on something that looks like one of the products, or something that looks like this where it's comparison, or something with a decent thumbnail. Now, thumbnails are not the be-all, end-all. Trust me, they aren't that big of a deal. But doing something simple, just like putting an arrow in it, or writing like 6-month review, or something like that. Don't go crazy with the thumbnails because it does take a little bit more time to obviously create them and then add them when you're uploading them. But they do make a difference. Your click-through rate is going to increase your views, which is going to give you more chances for people to click on the actual video, watch it, and you earn commissions. So don't sleep on the thumbnails. They are not the most important factor by far. Your video quality is. What you're saying in it matters the most, right? The video quality, what you're showing the product, making good videos over time. And the most important is actually reviewing a product that's a good opportunity. But don't sleep on the thumbnails. They are extremely important to increase your click-through rate, which will then increase your views and then will make you more money and put more money in your pocket. So this is just a simple example. I don't always do them like this. Sometimes I make them a little bit more intricate, but when I'm in a rush, I literally take a good snapshot of the picture of the actual product. And so you can see the arrow here is pointing to the pump for the water table in here, this blue thing, right? But if it was like a big picture, I would drag the arrow out. I would post it sideways. I might drag it out to draw a little bit more attention to it. That's a little too big, but you get the picture, right? And so really all I do is I'll delete this and then I'll add a new photo in there and I'll have the arrow to it, right? That's my quick method. So do something small, but don't just leave your thumbnails so that it's showing a snippet of the actual video. Don't let them choose it for you or it won't be as good and that will hurt your views and ultimately your commissions. All right, so titles now. Titles are important. Here we are on an example listing where there's a bunch of videos competing for our attention to see which one we're going to click on, right? And chances are if we click on one, we might end up purchasing afterwards. So we want to get that click when there's a bunch of people competing here, right? And so titles, just like thumbnails, they matter a lot. So if we scroll in and we look at this right here, which title is better and how should we construct our titles when we're uploading them to the program, right? This one is Dreo space heaters, heats faster, runs safer. This one says Dero Atom 1 portable space heater. This one says see and hear all features. So which one of these three, as an example, are we going to click on is titled the best? It's hands down this one right here. Why? Because it's telling us telling us the pain point that it solves or what we're actually going to receive by clicking on it. It's saying see and hear all the features. So we know that if we click on this video, we can see and hear all the features. And that's going to intrigue us to click if we're interested, obviously, in the product, more so than just the title of the product. Don't do this. Don't title your videos the title of the actual product that it's already on the listing. People already know the title. You want to title it something that's going to intrigue them to click, something that solves a pain point, like heats the room X amount of, X faster, or heats the room in 30 minutes, or charges, whatever the case is, you want to title it something that's intriguing. So as more examples as we go down, making my space warm. I mean, that's a bad title as well. Again, somebody that just lazily titled it the product name, don't do that. This is a good example of something that you might want to title it. So honest review, although this is kind of overblown. Everybody says honest review. Another easy way to kind of get away with it, but again, don't abuse it, is by saying like 6-month review or 3-month review, or here's my thoughts after a year of use, like something like that. Title your videos like that. It's going to get more clicks. And if you need more ideas of what to title it, literally just ask ChatGPT. Say you're making a video review on something that is reviewing a whatever it is. In this case, it's a space heater. What would be a good title for your video that's going to intrigue people and get clicks? Literally ask ChatGPT, have it spit you back 10 ideas and pick the best one. But again, the worst thing that you could possibly do here is just title it the actual title or something similar of the product, because nobody's going to want to click on that. They already know that. It's not going to earn you any more clicks, and you're not ranking SEO on this. Like it doesn't matter. You're not going after keywords to rank here. It doesn't matter, okay? As long as you're uploading the video to the actual influencer program, it's going to show up on the side here anyway. You don't need to add the title of the product or any keywords. You're going to be in there. And so you want to make sure you're titling it something that's going to get the click.
All right, so what do I use to record these Amazon Influencer Program videos? There are a ton of different things. I'm going to show you all of them here in a second, as well as make sure that you have access to them. So I will link them all for you directly to the listing in case you want them. But before I get into that, realistically, like everybody, when I see these videos, they always go through all their stuff and they say, you need this, you need this, you need this. And realistically, you don't, okay? You don't need anything to get started, right? You don't need a camera like I'm reviewing right now. You don't need a microphone like this, like I'm talking into. If you don't have any money or you don't want to spend any money in the beginning until you at least prove the concept, that's totally understandable. And I actually even recommend that in most cases, okay? The only thing that you need is your phone. You don't have to get cute. You don't have to overcomplicate it. You can literally use your phone and record yourself, right? Like literally just get a tripod or stick it like against a wall or something. Record yourself with the phone. This has a good microphone already. It has a good camera already, both front facing and back facing, or you can even hold it and record the product and just talk into your phone. And again, you're going to make decent videos, right? Now, is that the best option to make the most high quality videos, to stand out on the actual Amazon Influencer program against other competitors? No, of course not, right? But in the beginning, you don't need all the bells and the whistles. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need a super expensive microphone. You don't need all the gadgets to record better videos. You don't need any of that. You just can use your phone. It's completely free. We all have a phone already with a good microphone and a good camera, okay? So I wanted to start with that just to make sure that if you don't want to spend any money, skip the rest of this lecture. Just use your phone. Come back once you start making a few $100s, a few $1,000s, and you want to upgrade your equipment to make recording easier and make better videos, okay? Now, assuming you do want to make better videos, obviously if you have a camera like I'm recording on right now, that's going to help get better visuals, right? If you do want a microphone, I use this one a lot for voiceovers. This is the same one that I use for YouTube. It is a like a 5. I don't even know the brand. I will link it obviously for you. It's been great. I've used 10, 15 microphones in my entire like journey over YouTube for a long time. And this one's the best one for a lot of different reasons, in my opinion. I've purchased 3 of these now because every once in a while the wire will go out, but that usually is like a year. This is, I think it's like $60, which is an absolute steal. The vocal quality sounds crisp. The audio obviously sounds great. It's easy. It's adjustable, maneuverable. It locks into place. You can kind of move it all over the place. It makes it super easy. It's hands-free when you're actually on screen recording, you know, like B-roll. So this is exactly what I use when I'm on camera like this, reviewing a product. Sometimes like this, I'll talk into the microphone like this, and I'll link this one for you as well as the boom arm that holds it. It's a great microphone and boom arm for the actual price because, like I said, I've owned a bunch, and I've owned like cheap ones that don't sound very good that are like, you know, $15-$20, and I've also owned like literally like I think $400, and then with the boom arm it was like $500. I've owned expensive microphones, and realistically I can't tell, and most people can't tell the difference between something like this that was $60 plus like another $40 I think for the boom arm, or another $30 for the boom arm, all in like $80 to $100 depending on the actual sale, versus like something that's like $600 or $500. Like, you can't tell the difference. I love this. That's why I keep purchasing it over and over again. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is one of these. So this has a camera on the front. You'll see these all over Amazon as well. And it also holds your phone. So what it does is it'll hold your phone like that. Boom. And it also goes the other way as well if you want to hold it like horizontally and not vertically. And what this does is it follows you all around the room. So if you're moving, if you set it down and you want to showcase an actual product, you don't need an actual videographer. You don't need somebody holding a phone, following you around the room and recording what you're doing. This will do it automatically. This thing's awesome and they're super cheap. You can see them all over Amazon. Again, I will link to it. You don't need it. You don't need any of this. You don't need the microphone, like I said, but this thing, game changer, will definitely help you in certain situations, okay? So that's the next thing. The next thing is a little mini tripod like this. So this is a no-brainer, right? And they sell adjustments for the top that's going to hold your phone. So this right now is like for a camera, if you have a camera, but you can also buy an adjuster. There's an adjuster right underneath the camera, but you can't see it. That's the one that I typically use. And I grabbed this one just to show you. But obviously this adjuster, once you put it on, you just screw it over top of the camera thing like that. And then boom, it will hold your phone. So again, you can contort this any which way, attach it to something, bend it around a desk so it stays. It's going to hold your phone vertically or horizontally. That way you can record hands-free without having to hold the phone or prop it up. Again, I will link both of these, but that's another cool thing. This thing's a game changer, honestly. This is really going to help. So what you do is you put this around your neck, and then the phone, let me show you. If you have a case, it doesn't work, but if you take the case off your phone, or if you have a case that's magnetic, what this will do is it magnets right to your phone, and then you can have the camera in front of you. So hands-free, you can record what you're doing in like a POV, like point of view actual shot. Your hands are free while it's recording your phone camera hanging on your neck. So again, game changer, right? This thing's really cool. I use this all the time for like point of view shots when I'm recording something where that makes more sense. So a perfect example, I recorded a cutting board, and you get like side views, which is great. So I did that with like one of these, but also I recorded POV so I can add both of those angles in the video. And it was really cool because you can see like over top of cutting, and it just like added a different element for the actual review video that looked a lot better. And obviously, like not any of the other videos on the listing were competing with something that was that high quality and that cool. Again, you don't have to start there. I'm just covering what works for me and the things that have helped me, okay? I will link this. Another thing that's cool is this little phone holder. This thing's really cool because it attaches to pretty much anything. You screw this in and it really clamps. It opens up pretty wide. You can screw it on a table. You can screw it on like a ledge, like anything. It hangs sideways, and this moves all around, but it's also pretty firm. As you can see there, it bends all around, right? And what it does is it will hold your phone both ways, inside and out. And then once you attach it, you can record from your phone pretty much anywhere, any angle, from anything. It can hang, it can overlook, it can bend around. So this thing's definitely a game changer as well. This is probably one of the first things that you should purchase because it's going to help you so much. One of these things, again, I will link this. But there's a number of different styles for this. This one's the best one I saw and the best one I found. And the only other thing is these right here. So I have another microphone right here. It's like a mini lavalier mic that you kind of just attach to you. Again, you don't need this, but when I'm recording on the camera, which you can't see, but I'm talking to the camera right now, obviously, I'll plug this in on the side. It's got like the USB on the side, but also it's got like just the audio plug. And then you turn both of these on. It's Bluetooth, and it gives the camera for when I'm not in front of a microphone like this, or I'm not in front of another microphone that I use, and I can talk to the camera. Like if I'm away from my office, but maybe I'm downstairs showcasing something and I want to use my camera for a more high quality shot than my phone, or a different angle for something, then I will plug this in, I'll turn it on in Bluetooth, and it will make the audio sound better because a lot of cameras don't have a good, audio on it. They don't have a good microphone. But if you're using your phone and you're not using a camera, then you don't need this. This is unnecessary because the microphone on the phone, in most cases, whether you're an Android or an iPhone or whatever, nowadays is so good that you don't have to worry about that, right? This is only for specific cameras, okay? So this is another thing. I will link to that. But that's pretty much, unless I'm forgetting something, that's pretty much everything else that I'm using. Some people will tell you need lights. You don't. Trust me, you do not. Don't worry about any of that for Amazon Influencer Program. You don't need to make super high quality edits. People want to see often more relatable videos for somebody that's actually has the product, their experience. They don't want to see some super high edited thing because that kind of, it decreases trust in a lot of ways. You want it to be a little bit more raw, and so you don't need to worry about the highest production quality. Just make sure what you're saying is authentic. Make sure you're reviewing it and covering the specs of the product, the pain point that it solves, all those things, and you will succeed a lot more, okay? One other thing that I will touch on that I will link as well is if you don't have, a lot of people will say like they don't have a good office to record in, or they don't have, a good setup to record in or whatever. And in my opinion, that's an excuse a lot of ways. But if you need a good backdrop and you don't want to spend money for it, for example, like if you're outside or you're in a shed or you're down a basement, I record down my basement sometimes and it is not a finished basement. And so all I did was get a black tarp and like a little thing that holds the black tarp. It's like 20 feet by like 10 feet. It was super cheap on Amazon. I will link that as well. And that's going to make the backdrop look professional. So nobody knows where you are. Nobody knows what's behind it. All they're going to see is a dark black background, you reviewing a specific product. They're not going to know the wiser no matter where you are, all right? So those are all the things that help me record better videos. But again, in the beginning, you don't need any of that. If you don't want to spend any money, just use your phone. Hope it helps. All right, so there's 3 main ways that I'll record Amazon Influencer Program videos, and it just depends on the specific product, honestly, the type of mood that I'm in, whether I've built a system around it. So for example, and I'm going to run through each example here of how I actually do these videos with an example from a video that I've actually recorded to show you the difference here so you understand all the nuances. And then some are pretty self-explanatory, meaning like you just point and shoot with your phone. That's obviously one of them. And some obviously require like an edit together, a little bit more advanced, not necessary. And again, we'll cover all that here in a second. But for example, like one of them when you're just recording a product video, on camera like this, talking about a product, or you're recording a video with your phone, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Only you can really do that. And then, of course, you could outsource the editing if you want, but there's no way to really build a system around that. However, one of the examples where I preemptively script a voiceover using ChatGPT, figuring out all the best specs of the product, and then I'll record the voiceover so that there's no stumbles in my voice. I don't stop and need to edit a bunch of stuff out or anything along those lines. I can literally just talk, read the voiceover that's already been crafted to be excellent, cover all the specifics of the product that somebody's gonna want to know, cover all the specific pain points that specific product solves, cover everything about the product, that any questions preemptively that the customer might have, it's all covered ahead of time in the voiceover. Then I'm recording via this microphone usually. After that, I'll use my phone or I'll use the camera to record B-roll of the product or just actual product shots of it in action, right? How it's being used, what it looks like in person, size-wise, different things like that. And so that's a little bit easier to build a system around because I can literally just have somebody create the ChatGPT using the specific prompt. So I can have my VA make the script using ChatGPT. Then all I have to do is record it on the voiceover. Then I can have somebody on my team, again, another VA, edit the voiceover, and then overlay the product video in Premiere Pro that I've already shot. So it's a little bit easier, a little bit more high level at that point to make better product edits for this program, but it's not necessary in the beginning. And again, a little bit more easy to build a system around it. So without getting too off tangent, first and foremost, the easiest way, hands down, is to obviously utilize your phone, okay? Now, you can just hold, like for this is an example of a product that I've covered, right? It's a phone case that holds your cards in the back of it, so you don't need a wallet. Obviously protects them as well using like RFID or whatever protection, and is a game changer because you can just put your phone in there, and now you have a wallet and a phone case all in one. Game changer, okay? I love this thing. I would promote this product just for free because it's that great and everybody should have one. But so as an example, you could take this off your phone and then just record a product video showcasing what it is, why you love it, or even get on camera like this, talk about it, and then show it in action like so. Very easy, and then it's a minimal edit. It doesn't really take much effort. Again, record with your phone or showcase the actual product.
So this little space heater has been phenomenal. As you can see, the room's pretty big here. We have the back room that is an addition, if you could tell. And so moral of the story is this room actually gets really cold because our heater broke on the wall and it's like 10 grand to fix it. So we did not want to do that. Instead, we sprung for a little side heater like this. And this came heavily recommended from a friend and highly rated. And I can tell you firsthand, it does the job. So first and foremost, it comes in the box just like that with the remote.
The second way is to actually get on camera and talk about the product, right? This doesn't always work the best because a lot of times buyers want to see the product in action, right? If it's like a coffee maker, talking about a coffee maker on camera like this is not really going to do the best justice for the coffee maker. And a lot of buyers aren't going to convert on a video like that because they're going to want to see the actual product. And so talking about a product on camera like this, even if you're recording with your phone and talking to the phone like this, right? Doesn't need to be a camera. Talking on camera about a product, even if you're holding the product, doesn't always work the best, but that is the second method, okay? As you can see behind me, there are a bunch of books, so that's a perfect example of something where you could get away with that, right? Because you could just talk about the book, talk about your experience with the book, what you've learned, different specific clips within the book that you've highlighted that spoke the most to you, that gave you the most value. So that's an example of a product where you can get away with just talking to the camera and not really needing to pre-plan it 100%, just kind of talk about your experience with it. And I've done that many times. But there aren't too many products like that. So I'll try to find another example of a product where I'm talking about the actual product, showing it on camera. I think one of them is actually this microphone right here. I talk about how I use this microphone for the backdrop in my YouTube setup and how it's, super easy. So it might be something like this, but I will drop an example of me talking on camera right now and a product video that looks like that.
All right, quick little review of this basketball net and my experience owning it for about a week now. Very, very impressed, pleasantly surprised. I was looking for a basketball net for my 1-year-old. He's about 14 months now, to obviously teach him a little bit about like dunking, shooting, how to play sports, get him excited about it. And originally we were going to go with the Little Tykes one, the one that you see everywhere, like the plastic one, but I wanted one that looked a little bit more realistic, that he could grow more into, because obviously that probably caps you out at like 2 or 3. I wanted one that grew with him, that looks more like a real basketball net, is a little bit sturdy, and that I could play with as well with him, right? This one's been great. There's so much functionality of it. Obviously, it looks like an actual basketball net. The rim is like real.
So then the final third example is preemptively creating a script and a voiceover, right? So use ChatGPT. I'm going to show you a full tutorial of how to do this. So don't worry if you are at a loss, you don't really understand how to do this. You just input a specific prompt that's going to take the Amazon listing and all the information on it, turn it into a script where you can read it aloud into a microphone or even into your phone and record it that way. And again, you're only creating the voiceover in the beginning, but it's going to have all the product specs and information that any potential buyer would want to know, preemptively answer any potential questions that they might have, and preemptively cover the specific pain points and problems that that product solves, right? So you're speaking the target buyer's language, answering all their questions preemptively, but again, you're just recording that as a voiceover before you get any footage of the actual product. And then after you have the voiceover and it's edited and it sounds good, at that point, you want to go back with your camera or your phone and record the actual product video. So it doesn't have to be like an amazing product video. You're just getting different angles of the product, showcasing it in action. So an example of one that we covered previously, obviously, was like the coffee maker, right? So I'd probably turn on my phone, record different angles of the coffee maker, probably put an actual pod in there, show it in action, making the coffee, what the end result of the coffee looks like. And again, that would probably take me 2 minutes to record that video, maybe 3-4 minutes. And then I would just take that video again into Premiere Pro or Canva, or Shotcut is another good free editing software that you can use, or Final Cut or whatever, or CapCut, and then just overlay that product footage on top of the voiceover and kind of sync them together. And that's the end result of a video that way, right?
I got this 5.2 feet tall Halloween inflatable unicorn from Amazon, and I can't wait to see it crush this Halloween. This rainbow skeleton unicorn is festive. It's quickly becoming the centerpiece of our decorations, and the kids absolutely love it. Setup is easy, just plug it in and it inflates in seconds. It comes with stakes, and so 3 different ways: record on camera, whether that's your phone or an actual camera, talking about the product,
Can't get away with a lot of those with specific products, but some you can, like books, for example. There are some other ones. Then take your phone and just record, action shots while you're talking about it with the actual product in hand or showcasing it in action, and just talk and record from your phone. But you're not showing your face, you're showing just the product. Even if you're not on camera, it's just product focus, and you're talking in the background about your experience with it, how it's helped solve your pain points, etc., etc. That's the second way. That's probably the most frequent way that a lot of starters and beginners get started, because it's the easiest. You can still record pretty solid videos that way. And there's a lot of different things like this, for example, where you can just stick your phone, we're going to cover this in another lecture, on wear this around your neck like that, and then you don't really need your hands. You can kind of just showcase the product. It's very easy to do that, right? And then the third way is obviously script the voiceover using ChatGPT or Copilot or any other software like that, any other AI software, and then record the voiceover ahead of time and then overlay product footage of it after to kind of sync it together and make it a little bit more high quality. So those are the 3 ways with 3 different examples, how I do it. Really hope it helps.
All right, so really briefly, I want to cover how you can get scripts to understand exactly what to say and convey to the audience when you're uploading your video, so they're getting all the right information, you're saying the right things that are going to, answer their questions and then convert them on your specific video. And the way that I do that is with AI. So I use ChatGPT. You could also use Copilot or any of the other ones. I'm going to show you the exact prompt that I use. It has changed slightly. So, you can use the one that I use, or you can kind of modify it yourself and kind of come up with your own that's very similar. I'll show you all that. But the reason that I like to do scripts like this with AI and then read them like I'm talking to you on the, with my microphone right now, and then shoot B-roll over top of it, I don't always do that. But the reason I like to do that is simply because a lot of times it's going to get all the product specs that we're going to need, that's going to answer the customer's questions and pain points. And again, you're going to see that in the actual prompt that I give the AI when we put that into ChatGPT. So it's going to answer all their questions, give them all the specific specs that they're going to need to know. But also, there's going to be no lulls in what I'm saying. I can script it, record it, and then just worry about shooting good product B-roll to put on top of that voiceover, rather than if you're holding the product and reviewing it on camera, or holding your phone and reviewing the product. Often, you're not going to know what to say. You're going to just be saying what comes to your mind. And at least in my experience, don't get me wrong, you can make great videos that way, and I have. Some of my best videos are done that way, so you can start that way for sure. But this really improves it a lot of ways, in my opinion. And that way you're not stumbling or fumbling over your words, trying to figure out what to say. You don't come off too salesy because you've already scripted it. And it's a better way to make videos overall, in my opinion, once you're a little bit more established. You don't have to do this in the beginning, although in my opinion, this is one of the best ways to make videos, okay? Again, because everything's scripted and you're controlling everything. So one of the prompts that I literally use, and again, this has changed probably a dozen or so times over the course of my journey here, is I'm creating an Amazon influencer video for an Amazon listing. I will paste the listing title and description for you below. Can you create a script that I can read that covers the product features and specs, why someone, in this case me, would purchase it, and a specific pain point that this specific product solves? Don't make it like an infomercial and too salesy though. Come from an angle of just explaining it to people that might be interested in also purchasing it. This is the exact prompt that I've modified, a few different times now, probably a dozen or so. It used to be a little bit more formal, but I started to notice my scripts would come off salesy, like a sales pitch, and that is not what you want, in my opinion, with a program, right? You want to just cover the specs, cover why it solves a specific pain point that that customer might have, and let AI do the work to decipher what that pain point is, all the best specs, and then put it into a good script for you, right? So let me show you an example of how this works. We're going to paste that prompt into ChatGPT, space down a little bit, and then like it says, we're going to give it the title. Now, if there's a brand name in the beginning of the title, which sometimes you will see on Amazon, Solar Garden is not the brand name here, but sometimes you will see a brand name right here. Obviously, don't add that because it's going to add it to the script. You can if you want, and then just edit it and post when you're editing your script in a second. But I usually avoid that. Another thing to avoid is sometimes the last bullet point, as you see here, will say something about warranty information or money back guarantees or whatever, or it being sold on that, like whatever it is. Just obviously read the last bullet point. Make sure that that's something that you do want to include or not. And if it isn't, then don't include that into your prompt right here. And then as you can see, we put the prompt in, we put the title, and then we put the description. So it gets all the product information and it can write the script for us. It's going to tell us the specs. It's going to tell us the specific pain point that it solves. And then once it gives us the bones of the script, we can take that into something like Word or, online. I'll show you here in like Word Counter because it's probably a little bit easier. And we're going to take that into here and edit it slightly. And this is going to save us so much time because we no longer have to look at the actual product listing ourselves. We no longer have to come up with the actual information ourselves. We can use AI to write it for us and then to get writer's block out of the way, so to speak, and then make sure that it's good after the fact. It's going to save us so much time and make our scripts so much better. All right. So here we go. Let's scroll up. Here's a friendly and engaging script for that. So I always skip the opening here for this specific prompt. It always says, "Hey everyone, today." Like you don't need that, right? Dive right into the product, get right to the point. So we're going to take everything below that, and then we'll take it into Word Counter here, and I'll show you how I edit it. So let's just read it aloud, and I'll edit it for you. I'll take you through my exact process, and then we'll do one more to show you as another example. So let's dive into what makes this cat so special. You don't need that. You could just start with first off and get right into it. So you could say the design. You could even say like, "I love this solar garden cat because," or "I love this solar garden cat. In my opinion, the design is simply charming. It features a smiling cat holding a lantern on its tail while playfully interacting with the little gnome. The dimensions are 11 by 7.5 by 3.6 inches. When it says something like this, I usually alter it slightly just because it doesn't really come off. You don't have to do that, right? You can literally read the dimensions. It doesn't come off authentic, in my opinion. It sounds like I'm kind of just saying it by a script. So I'll say like the dimensions are roughly, and I'll make them whole numbers. It's just what I do. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion, but just what I kind of like to do and how I like to read it. The dimensions are roughly 11 by 8 by 4 inches, making it a delightful focal point. So yeah, you don't need that either. This piece isn't just cute, it also serves a functional purpose. The lantern is solar powered, which means it charges during the day and automatically lights up at night. Just switch the lantern on, leave it in the on position during the day, and let the solar panel do its work. It provides a soft glow that can beautifully illuminate your garden after sunset. What I love about this cat figurine is how versatile it is. It fits perfectly. Yeah, so you can just delete that. I don't feel like you need it. It fits, I'm going to say it also fits perfectly in various outdoor settings. In various is too kind of formal, in a number of outdoor settings, whether it's your garden, lawn, front porch, or even your backyard. Don't need decor there. You can really use it to enhance the atmosphere of any space. Now, if you're looking for a thoughtful gift, I'm going to skip that. You can add that if you want. I don't always add it. Roughly speaking, you're going to want the script to be, this long, maybe slightly longer. It can be a little bit shorter too if you want it, but I'm not done editing it. I'm just kind of covering my thought process here. But roughly speaking, you want it to be anywhere from like 1 to 2 minutes, 1 to 3 minutes. That's a good sweet spot in my opinion. But if it's 30 seconds, if it's 4 minutes long, it doesn't really matter. The goal here is just get a good script, get the good information, answer the pain points, answer the product specs and questions that the customer might have, and make the script good. The length doesn't 100% matter, but generally speaking, a good sweet spot to shoot for is like 1 to 2 minutes, maybe 1 to 3. So this is where we ended up. I would definitely consider adding this figurine. Now I'm going to delete that, plus I'm going to delete that as well. So if you're looking for a unique way to enhance your garden or searching for a special gift, check out this adorable cat figurine. Check out this adorable, I'm going to say, cat decor. It's the perfect blend of charm and functionality, and it fits perfectly in my garden at home. Give it a shot. Boom. And so that's the script roughly. This probably would be a shorter one. Usually they're slightly longer, maybe like another paragraph, but reading this would probably take me like a minute and a half. So that's how I edit these scripts right here. All right. So let me take you through one more. Drag this over here. Don't know why that's there. And so once you're in the prompt, you don't actually have to continue. Like once you paste that prompt once into ChatGPT, you don't have to paste it again. You can, as a rule of thumb, like you could take it right out of here from your last prompt, paste it in, space down, and do that. But the memory for ChatGPT or Copilot typically does a good job of remembering the last prompt, so you don't need to paste it again. You could just go on to the next product. So we're going to paste that title in there and then take the description and make sure, again, like I said, that there's no brand name in the beginning of the title, and make sure that there's no, money back guarantee or warranty information or anything like that in the last bullet point, which it doesn't look like is in this one. So we'll keep it, paste that in there, and we'll let it go to work. and then we'll take that and we'll edit it and put it into our own words and make it a little bit more human-like. But the benefit of this, of course, like I said, is AI is taking all the information from the listing and then giving us back all the important specs. We didn't have to do the research or look through and actually write that down ourselves. It's also going to figure out what specific pain point it solves. Believe it or not, like this one right here, it doesn't have a pain point because it's just kind of like a solar garden, like decor. But a lot of times your product will have a specific pain point that it solves. And so it's really going to hit home. It does a great job with this prompt with that. But again, this is like a bad example of that. So let's scroll down and we'll edit this last one. All right, we don't take the opening like I said. So let's take this into word counter. First, let's talk about its design. So yeah, we're going to delete that. This stained glass bat ornament is made from multiple pieces of colored glass, creating a stunning and intricate design. It measures 7.1 by 3 inches. So again, I'm going to just go 3 and 7. Measures 7 by 3 inches, making it just the right size for hanging in your home or even in your car's rearview mirror. When the sun shines through, the black and gray hues create a gorgeous effect that really brightens up any space, and it looks great, I'll say, on my back porch. Just for reference, so it sounds like obviously I have the product and I use it. What I love about this bat ornament is its versatility as a gift. It's adorable and perfect for so many occasions. I actually got one as a gift for my sister. Don't know where ChatGPT came up with that, and she absolutely loved it. It makes a great present for Mother's Day as well, say, or birthdays, or just a thoughtful surprise for friends or family. If you have someone who loves Gothic decor or is a Batman fan, this is a fun option. You can use the sun catcher to enhance your Halloween decor or add a bit of whimsy to your, or add a bit of design. I don't know a better word for that. I would probably find a better word for that, but for the sake of saving your time, I'm just going to continue to edit it to your everyday surroundings. Whether it's hanging in a window, adding flair to a wall, or even gracing your patio or garden, it really complements any space beautifully. Plus, it's great for it. Okay, so then we're going to go down to here. We're going to delete all that. So if you're looking for a cute decorative piece that also makes a fantastic gift, definitely check out, I would just say this. And there we go. That would probably, again, take me about a minute and a half to read. And that's how easy it is. Again, I'm slowing it down on purpose. I'm covering my thought process on purpose for you, just to kind of cover it so you understand what I'm doing and why. But realistically, you can come up with scripts, write them and edit them with ChatGPT using this prompt again, like I said, or something very similar. Tweak it if you need to, but that's the general bones of the prompt that I use. I've tweaked this like a dozen or so times now. And that's how you can write scripts realistically within like a minute and get them out so that you can make the voiceover again in like another minute or two, and then just focus on shooting the product B-roll. All in all, once you're really kind of focused and you're really in work mode and you're kind of doing focused work during a work block, you can pump these out in like 5-10 minutes each video, and they're high quality, they're good, assuming that you can just take the B-roll and then overlay it in an editing software, like I said before. But that's how you do it. That's how you get scripts very fast using AI. Again, it doesn't have to be ChatGPT. You can use Copilot or anything else. I'm just showing you ChatGPT in this one. And again, ChatGPT, completely free. So is Copilot. So are any of them. But that's how you do it.
All right, so we're on the phone right now, so the video quality, probably not that great, obviously. It's also the front-facing camera, but I want to show you two different things. First and foremost, I'm going to show you the entire process of me recording an actual script. So I used ChatGPT, I used AI, I put a prompt in so that I could get a high quality Amazon influencer script done for me with the product specs, solving a specific pain point and answering some specific questions that customers might have, so that my script, my video converts a little bit better, has all the information that a customer might look for, so that they're comfortable and confident purchasing that product after watching my video. I increase my conversion rate, I increase my commissions, I make better videos than all the other people on the listing, and that's the thought process behind that, right? But I want to show you the kind of behind the scenes of me recording the video. So I'm literally going to record this video right here. As you can see, we've got the script ready to roll. Hope you could see that. And I'm gonna record it just like I always would. I also want to show you, it's not moving yet because I haven't turned it on, but I want to show you the auto face tracking tripod. That's really cool for when I record product videos like this and I'm kind of talking on camera about something specific and showcasing it. It follows me all around. So obviously, as you can see right now, it's not moving, right? But when I turn it on, go, moves with me, moves with me, moves with me, follows my face. Pretty quick too, right? So
very cool. I wanted to show that to you. It is a really cool piece of technology that you can use to record really any video, but obviously especially Amazon influencer videos. You don't need somebody with you, don't need a videographer. It does the job for you. Again, move out of frame, follows me, move back in frame, follows me. All right, so let's start and record this video or this voiceover like I would if you weren't here, just behind the scenes. I already have the script. Like I said, I used AI to generate it for me based on a specific prompt that I use. And here's me recording the video. Nothing special here, just going for it. This grass seed has been my go-to bag for growing my lawn fast. It's designed for both full sun and dense shade. That's a huge plus if you have a yard with varying light conditions like I do. The fine bladed texture when fully grown gives your lawn a nice manicured look, and it has a medium to high drought resistance, which means it can handle some tough weather too. I definitely recommend this mix because it includes Scott's Best seed, which not only helps prevent diseases, but it also keeps the seed moist twice as long as some of the other blends that I've tried previously. And with those, I had to water them like 3 times a day. But with this, I know that if I can get out even once that day, for whatever reason, if I'm busy, it'll still be fine and it will still grow. Now, what I love about this specifically is it's also designed to be versatile. It stays green even under the extreme conditions of scorching sun or even heavy shade, making it a reliable choice for different areas of your yard. Plus, it's great for beginners too that don't really know how to master growing their grass yet or how to take care of their lawn, because it's really difficult to mess this up. As long as you're watering it once a day and putting it down over top of your grass, it'll look great and it will grow. No overcomplicated process with this, which is a game changer. And with a coverage of about 2,800 square feet, it is perfect for both small and large areas and large lawns as well, making it a practical choice for anyone looking to upgrade their lawn. Give it a shot. Done the voiceover. That was a minute 30. I don't know if you can see that. Boom. Minute 30. Might not have focused there because it's still on auto face tracking tripod, but yeah, that was not lucky because I've recorded a bunch of them, but that was one take, so I got it done in one take. Really no editing needed there. Every once in a while I'll mess up and I'll just edit that out, or I'll have my VA edit that out for me. But that's the beauty of doing it this way, is like you can just read the script, and then if you mess up, you can edit it out. It's very easy. So that's the behind the scenes. That's how I record them, and really nothing special there, but that's how it's done.
All right, so once you actually do start making a decent amount of videos and you get them up, you'll start to notice that one of the easiest ways to scale is that other companies will start to reach out to you and offer you their products in exchange for a review, right? So you get a free product. Some of them will even offer you a commission, up front, or commission and sale. So but that won't be in the beginning. And it's enticing because you're going to start getting, depending on how many videos you get up very quickly, you're going to start getting dozens a week, or sometimes even hundreds a week, messaging you, reaching out to the email that you have used to sign up for your Amazon influencer account and offering you these free products. And that is an easy way to get free products obviously sent to you to review that you don't have to spend money on, which is a game changer, okay? But first caveat there is, one, make sure that it's a product that is good to review. So make sure you're going through the parameters. It's getting sales. It has more than one video on the actual listing and less than 6. If it doesn't meet those parameters, ignore that company. Don't go after it because you're just wasting your time. And the second thing is, you'll start to realize very quickly, because to those of you that haven't gotten there yet, right? It sounds really cool, like, oh my God, I'm going to get all these cool products. But the thing is, once you start getting them reaching out to you, you'll notice very quickly that it's going to take up a lot of your time. And so you really need to be strategic about which ones you're accepting the products from and which ones you're reviewing, because you can waste like weeks and months of your life reviewing products that won't make you a commission just for other companies. There is a reason they're reaching out to you most of the time. They want you to review their product to get those product reviews up on their listing to make their listing convert better. And so you need to make sure that there's also something in it for you. So again, make sure it has sales, make sure it fits the videos on the listing parameters that we've covered. And if you're making good videos, sometimes it can even help to ask for a commission on the actual video. I think I've probably done, I don't even know, I think I have like 500 videos up now, maybe 400 videos up now. It might be under that. It might be like 350. I'd have to check. But realistically, I think I've done about 5 deals with companies where I've taken their free products to review. Because often the ones that reach out to you, even though hundreds have reached out to me, aren't products that are selling well because they're either newer products usually, or they aren't products where there's something where I want to review because there's no opportunity to rank that actual review on the listing, and so they're a waste of time. So I think I've only accepted like 5 or so. It might be a little bit more than that or a little bit less, but it's roughly that in about 400 or 500 videos total. So keep that in mind. Again, you don't want to waste your time reviewing these videos for something that is never going to make you a commission. So make sure you're being extremely selective and not wasting your time with these companies. Now, another thing that's really cool about this, obviously, is you can take that product because you're getting it for free and then resell it on sites like Facebook Marketplace or Poshmark or Amazon or eBay. Obviously, don't resell it on Amazon because the company that sent it to you is from Amazon. But any other marketplace, you can resell that and make that money. So it's free inventory and extra money, but that's obviously something completely different. So keep that in mind. That is one of the best ways to scale. Once you get past reviewing and exhausting all the products that you have already and all your purchase history, companies will start reaching out to you once you get a bunch of videos up. But be extremely selective about which ones you accept and which ones you review, or you could waste weeks or months of your life and not make that much commission. So the easiest way to scale in the beginning when you're starting out is not to go out there and purchase a million different things and start reviewing them, right? The easiest way to start and scale is to review products that you already have, that you've already purchased. And there's a few different ways to actually approach that, right? The reason being is we all have shopped on Amazon. We all probably have hundreds, if not thousands of things that are reviewable in our own homes, okay? Regardless of where you actually are or what you've actually purchased, right? There's so many things sold on Amazon. We all use it for the most part, and we can utilize that to our advantage, and we can go through all the inventory that we already own and review those products, again, assuming that they meet the parameters to make good reviews, right? Check them on Amazon first and foremost. So an example, right? Like start room to room, go through one room at a time, figure out what's in your room. Is it on Amazon? Can you find it, right? Then move on to the next room, okay? In this specific room, let's say I search for this mouse on Amazon, this HP mouse. I'd figure out what the actual, model number is, find the mouse on Amazon. If I can't find the mouse, obviously I can't review it. I have to be able to find the actual listing that matches and corresponds with this specific product. This is a bad example, but it's one example, okay? Same thing with this light right here. If I could find this specific light on Amazon and I can review it, then obviously it's a good thing because I don't have to purchase it. I don't have to pay anything else. I have the product on hand. I can review it. I can get B-roll of the product and review it right here on camera, completely free. It only takes my effort and my sweat equity, okay? But the first prerequisite is that I obviously have it in my possession already because it's easy, it's free, like we talked about. But you also need to make sure that it is a good product to review, and I'll touch on that in several other lectures, but just to recap, you need to make sure that it is selling, and the easiest way to do that is with an extension like SPRITE. I will link that, a completely free trial if you want to use that to see how much a product is selling, because if it's not selling and you review it, you're wasting your time. Nobody's ever going to purchase it, and you're never going to make a commission, right? But that's just one thing. You also need to make sure that there's at least one video on the listing, but less than 6. If there's one video, it's a reviewable product that company has said, hey, I'm allowing videos on the listing. If it has under that, obviously you run the risk of wasting your time because that brand might have selected that they don't want to allow videos on their product review or on their actual product listing. And so it defeats the purpose. You don't want to do that, okay? But if it has more than 6, you also don't want to review that product, because if it has more than 6 videos on each of the slots on that product under the videos on the listing, then there's not any space for your review video to actually sit. And so again, you're wasting your time. So the 2 parameters again are after you already have it in your possession, right? Go room by room. That's the easiest way. Start in one room, then move on to the next room. Once you've done everything in that room, that's the easiest way to actually do it. And then make sure that it's selling. Again, Seller Sprite is the easiest way to do that. It's going to show you all the data, all the sales, so you know it's actually selling, and then make sure that it has more than 1 video but less than 6 on the actual listing. Okay, that's one way to do it. The second is to just look through your Amazon order history. So literally go down page by page, look at the different products, make sure again they fit those parameters to be a good reviewable product. So your house, room by room, your order history, and once you exhaust all those options, friends and family honestly are great. Sometimes I'll go to my parents' house and review things that they have, just because they have hundreds of other Amazon products that I do not have, that I now have access to review because, again, they're in my possession, okay? So those are the easiest ways to do it. That's the easiest way to scale when you're a beginner, and that is the easiest way to get to $1,000 profit per month. Realistically, a lot more, assuming on, the products in your house or in your possession or that you have access to in your order history or your friends and family are decent enough products. But my guess is for the majority of us, that is the case, but that is hands down the easiest way to get to $1,000 profit per month. You don't need to spend any money. You just need to figure out what's good to review around you and then review it and spend the time. It doesn't take much effort. It doesn't take any money. You can start it and do it today, assuming obviously that you're accepted to the program and you have on-site commissions. It's a game changer, and that's the best way to start.
All right, so 3 things I really briefly want to touch on here is, first and foremost, another great place to start your journey, right? If you've already exhausted everything that you have, in your own possession, at your parents' or your friend's house, in your orders around the house, all those good things, and you're looking to scale, obviously there are multiple ways to do that. You can make smart purchases. We'll cover that. If you're in the market already for a specific product, finding something that's reviewable, that's a write-off, that obviously you can make money and earn commission on is a no-brainer. If you're already going to spend money on a product, you might as well make sure that it's reviewable. The next thing is companies are going to reach out to you. Now, the very next thing is if you're looking to scale, some of the best places to find them are movers and shakers, new releases, and bestsellers. So you can look into any of these categories, bestsellers, for example, go into any one of the actual categories, health and household as a random example, just the first one I clicked on. And as you can see here, there's some best sellers that are moving really quickly right now and selling a ton. Now, the reason that best sellers is good is obviously because a lot of these are moving very quickly. They're, selling a ton. So if you can find one with a good opportunity that's rankable, where you can rank a video and actually review it on the first page or 2, realistically, sometimes a little bit further, then chances are you're going to make a decent amount of money. So for example, like this, 128,000, probably something we avoid. 74,000 reviews, 173,000. Like the chances of there being a slot open to review on that is very, very slim. Even 24,000, like again, very slim. This one has like 5,000. There's no videos on it, of course, so we can't review it anyway. But most of these are going to be heavily reviewed products already. So the chances that we find one that is opportunistic is very slim. But if you can find one on the first or second page of any of these, and they change frequently, okay, then that's something that you obviously want to get a speed up review done and put it up, because you can make a decent amount of money very quickly if you can find something here. Okay, so just scrolling through as I'm talking, I'm not seeing any opportunities. Like this has almost 13,000, probably something again that's going to be oversaturated, that might not even have videos on it, but if it does, chances are there's going to be a ton of videos already and no slots available for us. So this one 56, this one 774. So that might be a good opportunity right there. Let's check. This one has no videos available. This one has no videos available. This one has 20 videos. So again, it's already full here. Even with 772. So you can see other people are doing this as well, because this doesn't have that many reviews, but it's selling like crazy. So other people have clearly reviewed it. So that's the first thing, is check bestsellers. The second thing would be new releases, because these, if they're new releases and they're moving quickly, are going to be more opportunistic. You'll be able to find better products in here. And then movers and shakers are things that have really started to take off and trend recently. So again, you can click into any one of these categories. Let's go pet supplies as a random example and see what pops up here. So this one, 1,000. But it's it's like Purina, so that's a brand that probably wouldn't have. Oh, there are 3 review videos available there. So this one, probably a good product to actually buy and review. And there you go. And it's probably selling a ton. Let's check, because it's in movers and shakers, or started to sell a lot recently. And yeah, it's been selling like 200 a day for a while now. So this is a great opportunity of a product. Even though it's only $20 or $19.28, you could spend $20 here and then review this and probably make a decent amount of money. So this would be a good product to obviously buy and review. Now, same thing for new releases. These are going to be a little bit lower selling products in the beginning, but if you can get in early and they start to rank, you can really make a lot of money doing this. So you can do this in a number of categories. These are 3 other places that are really good places to check when you're trying to start and scale this business: bestsellers, new releases, and movers and shakers. Now, 2 other questions that I get asked frequently when people are starting this. Now, first and foremost is, what's the ideal video length for a review video when uploading to the Amazon Influencer Program? Realistically, it doesn't matter. Obviously, you want it to be somewhat decently long, right? So that we're not talking 10 seconds here, 15 seconds. I would say keep it above 30 seconds minimum. You need there to be at least a little bit of information in there. Solve a specific pain point or problem. Talk about how it's going to help the customer's life in some form or fashion. But realistically, don't overcomplicate it. Like, there is no sweet spot where it's like you need to have a 90-second video. That's the best. Like, no, don't listen to anybody that says that. As long as it's somewhat decent and you're making the video good, that's talking about solving a specific pain point, speaking in the potential customer's language, covering the specs of the product and how it can help that actual target buyer, and you're making enough videos that are high quality like that, you're good to go. Don't worry about it. I would say realistically, probably above a minute if possible, and usually under 2 minutes or under 3 minutes max. That's a good sweet spot for me. Most of my videos fall between like a minute or two, but again, as long as it's over 30 seconds or so and you have good information in the video, probably something that's going to be okay. And the next question is how many videos to actually upload per day? And the answer is it does not matter, right? So that's the beauty of this program, is like you can upload 5 videos a day, 10 videos a day, 100 videos a day. If you could figure out how to do that, that's way too much work. Don't do that. You're going to burn yourself out. But there's unlimited scalability here because there's new products being launched all the time. There's new opportunities being launched all the time. And so you can review as many products as you want. Again, don't sacrifice quality for the quantity. You want your videos to be good, but assuming that all your videos are good, they're high quality, they're talking about the specs of the product, and you're doing a good job, you can do as many as you want. But what I would say is don't overdo it. Don't try to hop in and fire up like thousands of product videos right away. The better way to approach it is be consistent. So shoot for 1 video a day or 3 videos a day or 5 a day, whatever you can realistically handle. And assuming that they're good product opportunities, you'd be better off served just going 1 a day, but finding a good product opportunity, you will make a lot more money than if you upload 100 videos a day, but those aren't very good reviewable products and aren't going to make you very much, right? So it's not always about quantity. A lot of it's about quality of the video, but also quality of the product that you're reviewing. Again, is it selling a lot? We've covered this in other lectures. Is there an opportunity to review it, right? More than 1 video, less than 6, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's talk about smart buys for the Amazon Influencer Program once you begin to scale up, right? So this obviously is after you've kind of exhausted all your options, friends and family's houses, your own house, past orders, all that other stuff from the beginning. And now you want to make smart purchases. So let's say hypothetically you're in the market for, I don't know, one of the things that we were in the market for recently was a portable space heater. So for example, if I'm already going to buy a portable space heater, wouldn't it make more sense to make sure that I'm buying one that I can review and potentially obviously write off on my business, number one, but also on top of that, have the potential to review it and earn commission so I'm making money on that purchase as well, right? I don't want to be out $100. I don't want to be out at $60. I want to write that $60 off on my business and then also be able to earn on it and then still use a space heater even though I need to use it, right? That's the beauty of this program. And obviously that's how you should be making smart buys with it, okay? So let's look through a bunch of these space heaters as an example. So space heater for indoors. And we'll just look through them to find one that we like, obviously, first and foremost, but also one that we can review that we can earn commission on. So first thing we're going to see is you can go with these sponsored ones, but one thing that you're going to want to look through is obviously the ones that are ranked higher organically that aren't saying sponsored are going to be ones that you're going to want to look into. So this one has 86,000. So the odds of this being something that's going to be reviewable based on our parameters is pretty low. The reason being is it has so many reviews already that the likelihood that, you know, people haven't reviewed this with 6 videos plus is going to be very low. As you can see, it's got the max of 20 videos right there, right? So anything with a lot of reviews like that, 23,000, 37,000, like 20,000, we're going to avoid those because the odds of those being something that we're going to review where we're going to waste our time to review it is very, very low, because even if we reviewed those products, our videos aren't going to get seen, right? But this one, 2,700, and this one, 2,400 are possible. So we'll open these really fast and then we'll scroll down and I'll show you these to see if they're good ones here in a second. But before we get into that, I do want to briefly, again, touch on the parameters that make it a good specific purchase and something that we're going to waste our time reviewing, right? Because let's say something has an opportunity to purchase it and review it, right? Because there's no videos on it and we can review it, but it's not selling at all. That wastes our time, right? Because we're not going to review something that's never selling. Nobody's ever going to purchase it and nobody's going to see our video. Even if it's on the listing, nobody's ever going to buy that product, so it doesn't matter. But on the contrary, if it's selling or even selling really, really well, but there's no slots available to review that product on the actual listing, then again, we don't want to review it because we don't want to spend our time and our effort and make the video, right? Go through the process to actually make the video if there's no slots available. And again, nobody's going to see it because we're not going to earn any commission, okay? So these are going to be the parameters. First of all, is it selling?
And we're going to figure that out with SPRITE here. Show you SPRITE, be attached to this. It's going to be linked for you with a discount code to try it completely free if you want to. SPRITE is the tool that I use on Amazon to, drop ship, when I did online arbitrage, literally everything. It has so much use cases, but the benefit of SPRITE in this case is on a listing like this, for example, it's going to show you all the data and all the information, right? So for example, if we go to historical trends, we can see all the sales over time that this specific product has. There we go. So monthly sales, it's been selling, thousands and thousands a month, but lately, it looks like the sales have kind of dropped off here. So this product, while it used to be really good, is still selling like 1,000 a month here, but daily units sold, we can see how many daily units sold. Boom. So about 50 a day. So still pretty decent with this product. You can also see the bestseller rank over time and the fluctuations. We can get into the other ways to read it, but the two main ways that you're going to read it are monthly and daily sales, right? Just click into daily sales and you can see if this product is actually still selling and something that you're going to want to review. Because again, if this product isn't selling, there's no point to review it. And this is also going to help you gauge it against other products because you want to find the best product opportunity. You want to find something that's selling the most, but also has open slots to review it, which again, we're going to talk about here in a second, okay? So the first parameter is it selling, right? Is it selling? And the way that we're going to find that out, again, is by using SPRITE. So you can use SPRITE completely free. It's going to attach to this lecture. You do have to upgrade eventually, but you can try it out completely free. It is a game changer. You're going to need something that's going to tell you the sales on Amazon to succeed with this program. You don't want to waste a bunch of time reviewing products that aren't selling well. Get SPRITE. Trust me and thank me later. It's going to pay for itself literally in the first week, probably the first day or two that you review things, okay? Now, once you sign up for SPRITE, you want to go and download the extension by clicking extension. You can see I literally pay for this myself. Download the extension. That's going to take you here to where you can download it for Edge, Safari, wherever. Obviously, I'm on Chrome, so I'm downloading it Chrome. And then as you're scrolling through different options, you can see the daily sales here, right? So you don't actually even need to click into the product. You can see the daily sales. This is SPRITE showing it to you. So it's got a revenue monthly of about 60,000. Sales graph, it's got 854 roughly a day. So all this information is going to be given to you and make it so much easier if you're using SPRITE. Okay, so that's the first parameter, is it selling? Okay, the second one is it has at least one video on the listing but less than 6. Why? Because 6 is the top slots that it's going to give you, right? So if there's 6 videos already in the slots on the Amazon listing, I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. You obviously don't want to spend your time reviewing that product because your video isn't going to be seen if you make it, right? But if there's less than one video, meaning there's no videos on the actual listing, then that might be a listing. We're not sure if that brand is going to let videos on their listing. When you're a seller, that you have the option to allow video reviews or allow other people to put videos on your product listing. Some sellers check that on, some sellers have it off and they don't let you, right? So if there's no videos, you don't want to take the chance of reviewing it because you don't want to spend your time, not because you might get it, right? Like you very well could, it's a possibility, but it's also a possibility that you might not. And there's so many other better listings to go after that are selling and do fit these parameters. So we obviously want to go after those. But also, keep in mind as well, there's 2 video slots there's 2 slots essentially that are going to be something that we want to focus on. The related videos and the customer reviews, I'll talk about both of those here in a second and I'll show you what they look like. And there is a third slot at the bottom of the listing where you kind of get other review videos in. I'll show you those here as well. But that's not what we're going after. We're going after the main slots right here. So see against right here at the end of the listing, this has 14 videos. This has 20. So click into this and now you can see the videos for this product and the customer reviews, right? These are the 2 slots I was talking about. There's 2 slots for videos that really matter, related videos and customer reviews. So you're going to see related videos for this product and customer reviews. So make sure, depending on who you are reviewing this, that there's less than 6 in those slots, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's plenty here. So this is a terrible product, obviously. Same thing with customer reviews. There's more than 6 here. We want to avoid this product because if we spend the time reviewing this, nobody's going to see our review video, okay? So videos for this product is going to be if you don't actually have the order in your order history, because you can make videos on anything. You don't have to actually purchase them on Amazon. For example, if you go to your parents' house or your brother's house or whoever, a friend's house, and review products that he has on from Amazon that you can find that you can review, then you're not going to be obviously in the customer review videos because Amazon doesn't have your actual order in your order history for this actual product. And so you're not going to get that order review history to be under the customer review videos. So you would not rank here in customer review videos. You would be ranking here in videos for this product. However, if you actually purchase this product on your Amazon account and it's in your order history and then you go to review this actual product, then obviously you would show up under customer review videos. So there are 2 slots to rank, not just one. Keep that in mind. And you want to make sure that there's at least 1 video in these slots, but less than 6, okay? So obviously both of these are highly ranked products. This one has 14 total, but as we click in here, videos for this product, let's say that we didn't purchase this product. Obviously there's a ton here, so we'd want to avoid this, but let's find one that looks good that again is selling, but also has more than 1 video, but less than 6. So we'll click this one, we'll click this one, we'll click this one. That one has a decent amount of views or reviews, but we'll click it. That one has 33,000. We're going to avoid that, so I know that that one's got reviews. We'll click all these and we'll just check to see which one's the best and has an opportunity that, again, we want to make a smart buy that we can potentially review and make some commissions on. And we'll try this one as well. And we'll see if any of these are good opportunities. They all might be bad ones. Some of them might be good. So this is an example of a product that we don't want to review. Why? Because there's no videos on it, right? It does not have at least 1 video. So boom, right off the bat, that's a bad one. Next product, we scroll down. Okay, this one has 1 video. Perfect. Let's click into the video to see. So sometimes it does lag like that. It'll tell you it has 1. So if you click in, this is a good opportunity. So if we purchase this, we would be ranking under customer review videos. There are 4 here. That is less than 6, right? It's more than 1, but less than 6. So there's still 2 slots available for us to hop in and make a video and get ranked here under customer review videos. Now, videos for this product, if for example, we were making a video on this product, but we didn't have it in our order history, we would be ranking here, okay? So this is a good opportunity for both of those types of buyers or both of those people, depending on who you are, whether you have the product in your order history or not, okay? So we know that this is a good product, but is it selling? Let's check historical trends, which is Seller Sprite, right? So again, grab Seller Sprite. It's attached to this for you with a free trial to just try it completely free. I cannot recommend it enough. It's going to tell you whether or not a product is selling, so you don't have to guess. And right off the bat, this is getting 10. It looks like it's going upward. For the holidays, 43, 49, 69. So this one's selling pretty decently, a pretty solid opportunity right there. But let's check a few more just so you get a better idea. So this one's 16 videos, probably something we want to avoid. If we look in the slots here, it's got more than 6 there. We look in the slot here, it's got more than, oh, this one only has 5 right here. So this, if you actually purchase this in your order history and you had this in your Amazon orders, then this would be a decent one to review, right? But if you didn't have it in your order history, then it would be bad because there's a ton of review videos here already that are related for videos for this product. So then that would make it bad, right? But again, if we just checked historical trends, which is the Seller Sprite button, and we go to daily units sold, you can say that this one is selling pretty decently as well, you know, anywhere from 50 to 100 a day. But again, there's more competition on this one. This is why this one looks like a good listing, right? Because it's got 1,400 reviews. And this one right here only has 129 ratings, right? So right off the bat, like if you didn't have Seller Sprite, you would think that this one's better because it's got an open slot and it has that many ratings. But this one is actually better because it's less competitive. There aren't as many people on the actual like reviewing this product, and it's still selling just as much. This one used to be selling really well, hence why it has a ton of ratings, but it's kind of come back down to earth. It's not selling as well anymore. And you can see that here in Seller Sprite. Look, 100, yeah, there's 180 day, but 70, 60, 60, 36, 40. You know, it's not going as much as you would think for that amount of ratings. But this one, again, if we look, it's going upward. And it's got an upward trajectory with about 70, 69. So I would say that this one's a better one to review just because it's less competitive and also selling pretty well. But both of them are, you know, they fit the parameters, okay? So let's do like 1 or 2 more to give you another example. This one is a bad example. Why? Because while it might be selling, we're not sure, we haven't checked. It's got a lot of videos. Anytime you see a 20, just know right off the bat it's bad. But as you can see here, a ton of videos, more than 6. So that is a bad one. And now this one, again, 20, it's a bad one. This one doesn't have any videos, bad one. This one's 6 videos. So this one could be a good one. Let's see. So let's check in videos for this product. Again, this would depend. So if we didn't have this actual product in our order history, we wouldn't want to waste our time because there's already 6 videos here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. But if we did, there's only one customer review video who's actually purchased this. So if we did have this in our order history and we were going to go make this, again, smart buy like we're talking about here, then this would be something that we would want to go after because there's only one slot in there and there's an opportunity. But it only has 10 ratings, so let's make sure that it's actually selling first, right? So historical trends button, using seller sprite, go to daily units sold. And this one is selling. It's selling, 30, 40 daily units, going again up, trending upward. But a lot of things are going to be trending upward right now because it is in Q4. So keep that in mind, at least for me. But that doesn't matter right now. Obviously, that's a good thing for us. So this would be a decent product to review as well, okay? But that's how you make smart buys. That's how you scale. First and foremost, is it selling? And you can know that by using Seller Sprite attached to this lecture. Free. There's a discount code for you, but also you can try it completely free. Again, for I think it's 7 to 10 days. I forget. It might even be a month. I forget what the actual trial is. Try it out. If you don't like it, obviously you can just cancel free of charge. But it's vital. You need something that's going to tell you the sales of an actual product, so you're not wasting your time. And then the other parameter is at least one video, but less than 6. And obviously keep these things in mind as well. Let me show you really fast what I mean by the third slot. So it doesn't really matter. You shouldn't be focused on, hey, I might get the third slot for this. That's just a bonus in my opinion, but I did want to touch on it because it is there. So if you scroll down sometimes, you can see like videos for this product. There is another spot open where people could potentially click on your actual video and watch it. So it's this like little sidebar of videos that pops up. But again, you don't focus on this. If this is not what you should be going after, your main criteria should be the videos here and is it selling? But that's how you make smart buys. That's my entire process. Hope it helps. All right, so I just covered an example walkthrough of, how I was in the market for a space heater and that it was a write-off, okay? Now, keep in mind that I'm not a tax professional. I'm not an accountant. So speak with yours, make sure that you're obviously talking about your specific situation, your business, your intent, what you're going to use it for. So talk to your accountant, right? I am not an accountant. Do not take this as advice. I'm just speaking about what works for me and my overall approach for it, okay? But in that example, it is a write-off on my specific business, right? Because I'm purchasing it for the actual business. You could say that I'm keeping my office warm, right? When it gets, cold in the morning, but you could also write it off because you're going to review it and earn commissions for it. So your intent to purchase it is because you're ultimately going to review it and make money off of that. So it is a write-off. And that is the beauty of the Amazon Influencer Program. Again, in most cases, talk to an accountant. So as another example, let's say I was in the market for something like this, which is kind of just like a cool tripod that you can attach to any desk, and I wanted to buy something like this. Well, I could essentially buy this, review it, and then it becomes a write-off on my business, okay? And you can pretty much use that for any example, assuming, of course, you're going to review it. You do review it. You put that video up on your Amazon Influencer storefront, and you earn commissions from that actual product, or you're at least trying to. Then in most cases, again, it is a write-off on your business. But again, speak to an accountant. This is just what works for me. But that, in my opinion, is a game changer. It is one of the coolest parts of starting this business and doing the Amazon Influencer Program. Now, one other thing I did want to touch on is if you haven't already, make sure you're already using the Amazon Store Card. So I believe it's through Synchrony. There are 2 different options. One's through Synchrony with the Amazon Store Card, and the other one's like the Amazon Store Credit Card or whatever. They're basically the same thing. They give you 5% cash back. So if you're purchasing all these things on Amazon eventually as you scale, again, this is not in the beginning, but this is as you scale and you're making smart buys for your business or purchasing things that you're in the market for anyway, so that you can review them and write them off. Again, not an accountant. It would make perfect sense to also have an Amazon store card so you're earning 5% cash back, because if you're already spending thousands of dollars on products, over the course of whatever it is, or even hundreds, right? That 5% adds up very quickly, and it's free money that you get for purchases that you're already making, okay? So I will link that for you if you want to, obviously grab the Amazon store card. I use it every single day in my own business, and I cannot recommend it enough. But again, Amazon Influencer Program, it's a write-off in most cases, and make sure you're using the 5% cashback credit card for purchases you're already making. And that's an easy way that you can make more money in your business and pay less taxes. All right, so I want to run you through what makes an actual good product to review. Now, obviously, if you have a specific product on hand or you've ordered a product recently, as you can see I did right here, then you want to find that listing and then see if that specific product is good enough, okay? Also, we covered in another video when you're looking for specific products, whether you're
you're trying to scale the Amazon influencer program, or if you're in the market for, a slide or a specific toy or a musical, like whatever it is, making smart buys that are reviewable because A, they're a write-off, and B, you can then potentially earn commission, right? Like if you're going to purchase a lamp, for example, wouldn't it make more sense to purchase a lamp that is a write-off on your business because you're in the Amazon influencer program and also earns you a commission, as opposed to another lamp that's, roughly similar and probably going to serve the same purpose, right? So smart buys, but if, of course, like I said, you're looking at a specific product, then you want to make sure that that listing is reviewable, not find something similar. It's got to be the exact product. Now, again, there are two different things to look for when you're trying to figure out if a product is a good product to review. So first and foremost, there has to be more than one review video on that for you specifically and less than 6. And there also has to be sales on that specific product. So we're going to check both of those and give you a ton of examples here in this video. So when I'm saying for you specifically on this product, for example, right, you can see there's videos for this product. And then typically underneath, there's another section that says customer reviews. Now, if you've purchased this product like I have, you would be in customer reviews. Since I purchased this and there's an order on my actual account right here, then I would fall, if I reviewed this, on customer reviews right here, right? If I did not purchase this and there's no history of a purchase on my account and I reviewed this product, then I would fall under videos for this product, okay? So it just depends on where you'd fall in that category. And as you can see here, this is a good example of a product to review. First and foremost, because there is more than one video, right? So there's not just one video on the listing, meaning it could just be the brand. There's more than one video of reviews here, but there's less than 6, so there's still open slots for me to hop in here and get a review video up myself and potentially win somebody watching my video and then purchasing the product so I can earn a commission, okay? Also, are there sales? Is it worth our time? Because if there's open reviews here and I can potentially review this, but it's never selling, then it doesn't really matter anyway, and I shouldn't waste my time as well, right? So make sure, again, more than one video for you specifically and less than 6. So whether you're the customer that's going to purchase it and fall under customer reviews, like I said, or you haven't purchased it, but you're just going to fall under videos for this or related videos for this product, understand who you are and make sure that there's more than one video and less than 6. Also, make sure that there's sales for this product. So what I recommend using is SPRITE. You can use anything, honestly. I'm grandfathered into Jungle Scout. I don't recommend this for most people because it's expensive. So if you use Jungle Scout, you're going to have to pay, I think it's like $50 to $70 a month. Don't do that. It's not necessary. Jungle Scout's accurate. It's great. I don't hate on it, but it's not the best for most beginners, right? Again, same thing with, something like Unicorn Smash or any of the other ones out there that are going to gauge your sales. They're expensive and they're not necessary. So what I use for my entire Amazon business, for drop shipping on Amazon, for ordering wholesale products on Amazon, for doing online arbitrage on Amazon, and for the Amazon influencer program as well, is SPRITE. It is a phenomenal software that literally does everything for you. And the coolest part about this is it's not expensive compared to the other softwares out there like Jungle Scout or Helium 10 or anything like that, right? So you can see that once you sign up for SPRITE, it's really easy. Just go to sellersprite.com. So just search Google, go SPRITE. I will also link it to this lecture for you with an actual free trial if you want to try it and a coupon code to save some money if you do decide to sign up. And then as you can see here, once you do sign up, you can download the extension right on their website by clicking extension up here. You can download their extension right on their website, install it, and then it will pop up right here, which again, you can sign in once you install it, okay? And then when you're on a listing like this, for example, you're going to see all these different buttons that pop up. And all you really need for this, for the Amazon Influencer Program, is this historical trends button right here. So if you click this, it's going to show you the monthly sales, the daily sales, and you can better gauge how many sales this is getting daily and monthly over an extended period of time. So you know if it's actually selling and worth your time to review. So as we can see, this is selling, 3 a day. It used to sell, 5 a day, but it's still selling 3 a day. So it is still selling. There's only 2 other potential review videos on this. Obviously lower sales than we would like, but still a potential good product because we can get some commissions here and there if we just review this product, okay? So this is a good example of a product. Now let's go to another example. Let's say we're searching for something specifically. Let's say we're in the market for a new wireless keyboard for our computer, right? We type in wireless keyboard and we can purchase any one of these that might tickle our fancy that we like, but we want to purchase one obviously that's reviewable and that is worth our while, right? We want to find one that we can review, that we can earn commission on, because like I said, it's a write write-off in 99% of cases. Again, speak to an accountant. This is not tax advice. It's just what works for me. And also make sure that it's selling. So again, we can make some money when we review this. So we're going to start opening up some products. I'm going to show you examples of this. So this one right here is 198 reviews, potentially a good product. This one right here, we're going to open up all these and I'll go through the examples here with you. As you start getting up to more and more reviews, like this one right here, 40,000 reviews, the chances are this is going to right off the bat have more than, if it's even reviewable, which it's not, it's going to have full videos here. So there's no sense in reviewing any products. In most cases, you'd be hard pressed to find one with a lot of reviews that you can review. So for example, this one has 6,000. Again, 20 videos right there. It's already full. Again, don't review anything more than 6 videos. Like, so if I click into this, you can see for videos for this product, there's more than 6. Boom, there's a lot. For customer review videos for this product, there's only 4. So actually, if you were a customer and you actually had this purchased, which I don't, so if you were to purchase this and you were going to go in the market for this, you could actually review this if you're going to purchase it, because there's only 4 videos under customer reviews. So there's 2 open slots for more videos there. So this actually would be a decent product to review, believe it or not. But again, only 6,000. Chances are if there were 40,000, probably something that you want to avoid in most cases. Now this right here, 405 ratings, doesn't have any review videos, obviously. So that's right off a bad product to review. This one has 2 videos. So again, this could be a good one as well. This one has 9 videos, could be a good one. It just depends on where those 9 videos are slotted. As a, they relate to us. This one has 8 videos. And now we're back to the other listings right here. So this one right here, 20 videos. But if we were going to purchase this, like I said, there's 2 slots open. So if we scroll down, there's only 4 right here under customer reviews. So let's check this by going to Seller Sprite and seeing historical trends. Is it selling a month? Selling in the thousands? If it doesn't show you the last month or the last few days, this is saying that there's no daily units here for the sales data on Seller Sprite. So this is a product that you'd want to avoid. While this does look good, it looks like it has a decent amount of ratings. They're probably all ratings from the past. So this probably isn't selling that well anymore. So we'd want to move on to something else. This one has 2 videos. So obviously, if you click in here, you can see that those 2 videos haven't updated yet, and there's actually more than that, hence why you want to click into these. So these are customer review videos here, so there's a lot more. Always check. But if we weren't a customer, we could potentially fall under videos for this product if we just had this product. But again, because we're actually going to buy this product, because we're in the market for a keyboard for this example, you can see that we are going to fall under customer reviews again, because we're going to buy it. And if we click down, you can see that there's more than 6 here. So we don't want to buy this product. It's something that we wouldn't actually get our reviews seen with. Now this one, if we click in, if we're going to buy this, remember, so customer review videos, again, more than 6. So don't want to waste our time with this one. Let's check this one. This one has 8 customer review videos. And that one has exactly 6. So again, another one to avoid. So let's go back to the main page. So all those were bad products to review because our videos wouldn't get seen or they weren't selling. But if we continue to scroll down, let's try this one. It's sponsored. This one has 7,000, so that one's probably going to be a little bit tougher to review, but we'll just open up a few more and I'll find one that's a good example for you. That's 100,000 reviews almost. Again, definitely just don't even waste your time. And let's try this one. It's got almost 8,000 and one more. And one of these, I bet you, is probably, as you scroll down, a good example of a product that you could review. So 7 videos on this one. Again, we're purchasing this, so there's no slots. There's nobody that's actually even purchased this has reviewed it because there's only videos for this product, meaning people have reviewed this because they've purchased it in the past, but they haven't had their actual account purchase this. They probably just have access to the keyboard, or they have, maybe it's a gift, or they've found it in their house, but they don't actually have it in their purchase history. So you could review this and then potentially be the first video under customer reviews. So this is actually a good product right there because, again, we're purchasing it. This has 20, so we're not even going to waste our time. This has 3. So perfect example right here. Obviously, this is good for us. So related videos for this product, and then customer reviews is empty. So again, it'd be a good example of a product. But just to show you these first 2, let's check historical trends to see if they're selling. Historical trends, there's no data there for monthly sales, no data there for daily sales. So again, this probably isn't selling that well. And if you go down to the BSR on here, I bet you it's pretty high, just to show you that Seller Sprite's actually working. 51 in computer keyboard mouse combo, but that's like a subcategory of keyboards and electronics, so that's not a good indicator. And so showing you those different examples is a perfect reason and a perfect example of why you need to actually check, right? Because if you were to review any one of these thinking that they were good products, even though they might look good on the surface, you'd just be wasting your time and you wouldn't make any money, right? So let's go through one more
example, let's say we're in the market for a whiteboard as an example here. So let's type in large whiteboard and see what pops up. And you have all of these potential options here right off the bat, 28,000 or 27,000, probably one that you don't want to use. I always recommend scrolling below the sponsored because while this might pop up high now, if they stop running ads on Amazon, obviously it won't pop up as high. This one's the first overall pick. It's the first organic thing without being sponsored. So it's got 33,000 reviews, something we're going to avoid. This one's got 6,000. This one's got 400, 3,500. Let's pick up a few of these and we'll just find a good one. This one right here, 473, 71, 410, a little bit under 4,000, and then 5,000. So let's go through these one by one. This one right here doesn't have any videos, so obviously not something that we can review. They might not let you have videos on the listing, so it doesn't, we don't want to waste our time. This one's got 17. So again, probably a bad product to review. There's a ton of videos on this product. However, nobody's actually purchased this product, so that might be an opportunity for you, obviously here. All of these 17 are related customer videos, right? So they're not people that have actually purchased this product in their orders. So there are still 6 slots available for that. So if we check seller sprite here to see what the sales velocity is. There we go. Daily units sold. So this is selling pretty well, actually. It's selling, 500 units, 400 units a day on average, and it's been great lately. So this is actually a pretty solid product if you were going to buy it. And so this might be a decent one to actually buy. Let's try to find one more example. This one, again, bad. There's no videos. This one has 14. So since we're going to buy this product, look how customer reviews. There's only 2 people that have actually reviewed this that have it in their order history. So we could review this because there's still 4 open slots. But is it selling? So let's check historical trends, go to daily units, and it is. So this one's selling about, 50, 40 a day. So another example of a good potential product. So if we were in the market for a whiteboard, this would be something that we'd purchase. And so this would also be a good example of a product that we could purchase, that we could review. So that's how you do, research. And that's what makes a good product something that is reviewable versus something that you don't want to waste your time with. First and foremost, check that there's more than 1 video and less than 6 for you specifically. So is it a related video for you, right? Meaning you don't have it in your order history, or would it fall under customer reviews, meaning that you actually purchased it on your same buyer account under that same email, right? That matters. Then the next thing is, does it actually have sales? Is it worth your time? And then one more thing to obviously consider, if you're between 1 or 2 of them, which one's more expensive? Not necessarily because that matters, but it just means that you're going to earn a higher commission if the price is higher. All things being equal and you're in between 2 or 3 products, pick the more expensive one, you'll make more money. All right, so we're going to cover some specific do's and don'ts for the Amazon Influencer Program in this right here. And I'm going to cover a few, obviously, that I see quite frequently that, I think you should stay away from, the main ones. And then we'll kind of go through the actual content guidelines for Amazon and the Influencer Program that they specifically say, right? Now, I personally don't do any live shoppable videos. You can just Google this if you do plan on doing live shoppable videos. Just Google Amazon live shoppable video content guidelines. But again, I don't do those. So I'm just going to focus on the Amazon video content guidelines that we're talking about uploading to the Amazon Influencer Program for your Amazon on-site commissions, right? The ones on the Amazon listings, not live and shoppable, okay? So first and foremost, one that I see frequently, trust me, I get it. It's a shortcut in so many ways, but no AI voices, right? So yes, you want the voice of your actual videos on the Amazon Influencer Program to have the same voice for every single video. You can't, a big no-no is switching up the voice all the time, right? Having different voices for each one. That's a big no-no, big red flag. You're gonna lose your account very quickly if you do that. Don't do it. Now, another big no-no is obviously using an AI voice. There are, and I've tried a bunch of them out there, ways to clone your voice, and obviously there's other AI voices as well. They are not up to par. Do not use other AI voices, and definitely don't clone your voice and then have it run through a script and produce the content with your AI voice clone. That's a big no-no. Don't do that. Trust me, I've tested them all. I've tested the most expensive ones out there. None of them are good enough yet. You can tell. If I can tell, and other people can tell, human voices can tell, obviously Amazon and their bots and whoever's scanning, they'll be able to tell as well. The last thing they're going to want is a bunch of AI videos with AI voices up on their Amazon listings. You will lose your account so fast. Don't do it, right? It seems like a shortcut. Seems like, if I could just find a good enough one. Don't do it. Trust me, unless you want to lose your account, avoid it, all right?
Now, the next thing is you must have the product on hand, right? You got to be showing it physically in the video. Now, whether you want to be on camera holding the actual product, whether you want to be recording with the camera or your phone of the actual product in action, or whatever the case is, right? You obviously have to have the product in your possession. You can't use pictures, right? You can't just like talk over a green screen background of the picture of the product. You can't talk over pictures of the product and show just kind of like a slideshow of pictures. You can't use other people's videos, obviously, as well, and use like clips from other people's videos. Do not do that. You have to make your own videos. You have to have the product on hand. Are these two, going to slow you down potentially, as if you could use some of these other things with AI voices and other pictures and other people? Of course, right? But that's the whole point, and that's the advantage here, is because yes, you need to do these things once you're accepted, but everybody has to do them if they're participating it correctly. And because we're all on a level playing field, that's what makes it so opportunistic, right? So do not try these two shortcuts, or I promise you, you will regret it and you won't have an account, all right? So now that those two main ones are out of the way, right? The next thing is just don't be too salesy in your videos. And this is something like speaking from experience, right? In the beginning, I would run a script through ChatGPT sometimes, and it would come out a little bit too salesy. I'd read it, and I'd be like, I don't really like the way that sounded. And a lot of my videos in the beginning just came off too salesy, almost like I was telling them, you need to purchase this, begging them for the sale, just talking about it too much, being like, hey, if you're in the market for, if you want, like, don't always do that. It's okay to say that sometimes at the end if it's subtle, but trust me, subtlety, goes a lot further. Just make the case for why the product has helped you, or why it can help them, or why it will potentially solve a problem or a pain point for them, and just focus on that. Make a good video talking about why the product is valuable. Keep it simple. That's all you need to do. You don't need a call to action saying, and if you think that if I've sold you on this, then you should click the buy. Like, you don't need that. Don't be too salesy. It's a turnoff for a lot of customers. And trust me, subtlety works a lot better. I've seen this across the board with sales. Just make good videos. Now, another thing is don't buy and return a lot of products as well. This is a no-brainer, right? So like if you start buying a bunch on your account and then returning them just so that you can obviously return the product for free, if you do that enough, Amazon will catch on and they will suspend your account. Okay, so don't do that. Now, if you're doing something like I'm going to talk about in a future video where you're combining like drop shipping and retail drop shipping from Amazon, and you're buying a bunch of stuff at once, like I can literally return 5 to 10 products today if I wanted to without any repercussions. But that's because I've purchased hundreds, if not thousands of products this month on Amazon because I use it as a supplier for dropshipping. So that's something you can look into. But if you're not doing that and you're just buying products for yourself, or buying products for your family, or buying products here and there to scale your Amazon influencer account, don't buy and return a ton. Don't abuse it. You can do it every once in a while, right? By all means, do it every once in a while, but don't abuse it. If you do it too much, it can be a no-no. Now, also, this is one I saw recently when I was looking at other potential influencers to kind of snipe and see their best products and stuff like that. Don't go to stores and review products that you don't have and own. So I saw an example video, and I've heard other people talk about this as well, of some guy literally in a toy store talking about products, recording videos in the toy store. Now, he thought that was a hack because he could just go to the toy store and record videos of all these toys that sold on Amazon that he didn't have to purchase, right? He was holding the product. He was physically, obviously, able to talk about the product and show it in the video. But like, nobody watching that video, it's just a waste of time, because nobody watching that video is going to think that he's in his home or he actually owns that product. So everything that he's saying is invalid and nobody's going to believe it. So don't go to stores and review products that you don't have or own. It's not going to work like you think it is. Now, if you do want to do like voiceovers and then maybe go to a store to get some B-roll, that might be a little bit different. But, use your own discretion. As a rule of thumb, I wouldn't do this, generally speaking. Now, finally, don't just talk about the product. So even if you're on camera holding the product, like, the last thing you want to do is just talk about it. Like, hey, this is, no, you want to talk about it, of course. You want to talk about, like I said before, how the product has helped you, how it can help them, how it can potentially solve a problem or a pain point for them. But you also, more importantly, at least with the B-roll of the actual video, like what the video is showing, you want to show it in action. What does it look like when it's put together? What does it look like in the setting in your home or outside if it's like a blow-up decoration? Or, what does it look like if it's hanging or being used? Show it in action. What does it look like? How does it work? Show the product and show how, right?
And if you're doing all these things, I promise you, you will be successful. These are big no-nos. Just don't do them. And if you're doing any of these things, trust me, you're going to struggle. Instead, just follow the guidelines, go slow, and make good videos, and you'll do a lot better. Now, for their specific guidelines and what they say, obviously, don't have any external links. Don't refer to any call to actions to go follow you on Instagram or do any or go to your website. Big no-no. Accurate product tagging, we talked about this before, obviously. Make sure that the video that you're creating, you're actually tagging that specific product that you're showing in the video, not something similar, not something that is, slightly the same. Like, make sure it's the exact product, the exact model, the exact variation, the exact color. Accurate product tagging. No brainer, but obviously want to hit this home. Don't ask viewers to perform actions that are unsupported. So like follow or subscribe or anything like that. Leave a comment. Obviously, like a share would be another one. Obviously, don't do that. Now, some people do this because when they're creating their videos, they double and they upload them to YouTube or something, or like Instagram or their page so that they can get more traffic. But there's nothing wrong with obviously uploading to your Amazon influencer videos to another platform to get other affiliate commissions, like for example, YouTube or Instagram or any of these things, or like a blog to get reviews, right? But don't, in those videos, if you're planning on doing both of them, don't ask for follows, subscribes, don't ask for anything that's unsupported on the Amazon influencer program, or they will take your video down, and enough of that, you will get in trouble and your account will get suspended. So don't do that, right? Next thing, don't talk about the price or any specific sales that are running on that. The reason being is obviously prices can change and fluctuate, and promotions and sales can be temporary. So if you say like, yeah, this is the steal of the century at $24, well, what if the price goes down, or what if the price goes up, right? What if you talk about the sale that, oh, I got this, on Prime Day for buy one, get one, like whatever it is, and obviously that promotion or that sale is not being run anymore. So avoid prices and promotions and sales. Don't talk about them. Also, don't ask people to review the product. This pretty much goes for sellers. It will end up getting your seller account suspended. But again, even in your videos, if that's not you, don't ask for reviews. Also, anything that's not sold on Amazon, of course, like don't reference anything that's competitors, or, eBay sells one very similar, or hey, you can find this on what, like don't say anything like that. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're talking about Amazon products. That's a no-brainer. And then a little bit more here is like, don't show, one of the examples that I struggle with the privileged information is I run an e-commerce business, right? So a lot of my like orders and stuff that I'm showing in that are related to e-commerce have like names or addresses on them, right? So don't show anything like that. Don't show email addresses. That's a no-brainer. Obviously, you don't want to use like bad language in your videos. That's also a no-brainer. You can't upload anything that obviously is, directed at children specifically. You want to be talking about, even if it's like a kid's toy or something that a kid will play on, you want to be talking to the parent and how it's obviously going to help solve their problem. Don't gear your videos towards kids. Again, a no-brainer. And then finally, the last one is like alcohol and false medical claims. I actually had a few of these, believe it or not. It doesn't have to be like a medical device. If you're making like some kind of unsubstantiated claim in your video about like how it's the best ever, or a perfect example of this that comes to mind right now would be, I was covering creatine supplements, and I was saying how it's without a doubt one of the best things that you can take to build muscle. And believe it or not, like even though that's my opinion, they looked at it as a medical claim. So you can't say anything like that. So just avoid that. Sometimes you can get away with it, but as a rule of thumb, I would avoid doing that as well. And then duplicate content and rights of infringement. Obviously, like don't use anybody else's other videos or other logos or other pictures. Again, a no-brainer, right? But that's pretty much, you can read this if you want by just Googling the Amazon video content guidelines for Amazon influencers and then kind of going down and reading it yourself. I would recommend that you do that as well. But all these are pretty much no-brainers. Like you might accidentally do a few of them, like false medical claims, or talk about the price here and there, which is another one I did in the past. But as long as you're doing the majority of these things or making sure that you're following the guidelines, you should be fine. But again, the main ones are, like I said in the beginning, don't do these, because a lot of people try to use these as shortcuts, so to speak, and it won't work. It'll just end up getting your account suspended.